You are, and we are streaming. We are live.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
We're actually live.
We are actually live. Welcome. It is lovely to see you.
Yet. Oops.
I mean, it's the best way to start, not realising we started.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Welcome. Yes, the bot is here. La la la. Welcome, everybody.
Hello,
The Bean is back. Welcome.
Hello, KTD.
Nice to see you. How's everybody doing today?
I hope 2000 isn't your year of birth and it's a reference to the year 3000 or something. I don't know. I feel like everyone's
2000
young
is, babe, 2000 is
now. They're like got
26-year-olds.
mortgages. No, they probably have
Yeah, they
yet.
could have children.
God almighty.
I know.
Hi, Az.
Hello, everybody. There is a new emote, by the way.
Ooh.
A new
Robyn's
emote has
off
been
being
added.
fancy.
Although whether it's been accepted yet, we shall see. Good evening. Good evening, Lawmonger. Hello, everyone. Born
Oh,
into... I told you. They're full
You're
adults.
fully fucking grown-ups.
And we begin as we start as we mean to go on. How is everybody doing? I know it's been so long, team. We haven't seen you in at least 24 hours.
I know. It's very warm as well,
Oh
too.
God, it's so warm. We were literally like, we'll put nice things on, and people can ask us lots of questions. And it is hot. Oh, also as requested, Diet Coke, because this was what was in the fridge, and I will do the open in front of the mic so that everyone can have this lovely moment. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
We love a can opening.
Fantastic. A little bit of ASMR.
1996 baby.
MR. There you go.
You're slightly more in my remit. Like you're a 90s baby. I can deal with the 90s.
Yes,
babies.
it's when people start to have twos in theirs. They're welcome. Yes, potato.
Potato.
Hello, everybody. So today we are doing a little bit of a fun stream. Yesterday we had, I mean, to be honest, I think it was an excellent stream talking about disordered eating disorders. You really led that one, and I'm, as always, really inspired by the work you've done. But it was quite heavy. I won't lie to you.
Hello, haha, Mimi. Thank you for following.
Hello, thank you for following.
Look, new emote for Robyn.
New people, yes, new emote is the spill the tea. So when we do spill the tea, this is a little bit more fun and light-hearted.
Yeah.
This is a chance for you guys to ask us questions. So, you know, for any new viewers, I'm Robyn. My pronouns are they, them. This is Em.
Hi, she, her.
We have known each other since we were 16. We are now in our 30s. We've been married for coming up to...
I've known you longer than I've not known you now.
Yay!
Which is great.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
How long have we been married? Like 6 years? Coming up to 7
coming up to
years.
7 years.
Coming up to 7 years. So we've been married a while too. So this is a chance for you guys to ask some silly questions. We've also got some questions, some kind of answer the couple's questions. But let us know in chat. How are we doing other than hot?
Fucking hot.
I'm going to take this off now.
How am I doing other than
Feeling
hot? That
warm.
is purely just I'm fucking hot. I'm very ginger. I'm too ginger for this shit. Like I've got my hair down at the moment and it's not going to last long. 'Cause it's just it's warm tea.
She looks like a princess.
You're very sweet, dear.
You do, like the lost princess, Anastasia.
I know, it's my little... I've wanted a Kalashnikov for so much of my life, and I finally got one earlier this year, and I'm having...
Very exciting.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So, team, and I'm doing pretty good. I grew my first proper courgette. I have got multiple courgettes in the garden growing, and I've tried it. It was good. And I have, I won't lie to you, we'll start today, as we mean to go on talking about silly food things, the best pasta. If you've not made boursin pasta, it's the easiest pasta. You just cook boursin, and you put like tomatoes and onion and garlic around it, shove all that in the oven, put some pasta in it. It's no right being that good.
I believe you.
It's delicious.
There are a couple of different cream cheese pastas you can actually do with that.
Yeah.
And also, not being, I keep thinking about the fact that you're working in a butcher's and the amount of cow that me and several other people on this stream now need to go. Like, we're just going to have a descent of everybody from the stream being like, give us the cow.
Give us the cow. And meanwhile, I'll be there with my potatoes, like, potatoes.
Also, hi, what about Paper Butterfly, Skylar, Ash? Look, we've got all sorts of people saying hi. We love this. Hi.
Fantastic. It's lovely to see everyone. And we've got more viewers in. Welcome. So
blimey,
if you are brand new, it is lovely to see everybody here today. We are, welcome. Hello. Je suis Emma.
Nightbot, by the way?
Hi, yes, Nightbot is on. Nightbot should be on mod, however, should be behaving self. Oscar, lovely to meet you. So we are doing couples questions today, and shall we get started? If you have a couples question, let us know in chat.
Also, thank you for the love on the crown tiara. It makes me so happy.
It's because she's an absolute, she is an absolute queen. Right.
I married well. Hi, everybody who's new, old, or somewhere in between.
Shiny.
We're all marvellous.
Right.
Yeah.
First one I thought might be quite fun. Who have you been told that you look like? Who is your celebrity lookalike?
So
Lookalikey.
I used to get told Kate Winslet, and then it graduated to Emma Thompson. And I think the Emma Thompson I get. The other one that I get the entire fucking time is, what's her name? Sally Thompson?
Sally something. Oh no, I've forgotten the name. Hello, hey Mo, who knows what? Welcome.
Hey.
Good evening. If money was no object, what country live? We'll do that in one way. 1 second. I'm just going to look. Sally.
I've forgotten her name.
Let us know, chat. Who is this person? I think it's the person in the Avengers, the old Avengers.
It's.
Oh,
I don't know, but
Sally someone.
I have a very classical face, so it kind of scans that a lot of people think I look like various other classical faces. Because
Diana Rigg, is that it? Emma Peel.
I have been told
Diana Rigg.
I have been told Diana Rigg in the past as well, which is, I mean, I'll take it. It's Diana Rigg.
I think you're beautiful. Let us know in chat. Who do you think Em looks like? Hello, Locomotion. It's lovely to see you.
What about you?
Who do I look like? Leonardo DiCaprio is the one I've had a few times.
Yeah, that has come a few times now.
I have been delighted by that one. I used to get that especially when I was younger as well. That was very gender affirming for me, actually. It's the one people think I look like, and I was going, yes, this is fine. And also, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, their child, which honestly, I was like, wow. That's a real honour. Those are two very pretty people, and they made they good genetics there. So I was honoured by those two. Who else do people think I look
Phillips.
like?
That's
Sally
the one that keeps coming up for me.
Phillips.
Sally Phillips is the one.
Sally Phillips. There we go. Gives Professor McGonagall.
Oh,
fair enough.
Absolute life goals.
Love that. Hi everyone. It's nice to see you. Are you thinking Scarlet? No, I'm thinking of the old. So for anyone truly old, the old Avengers that existed prior to the Avengers as we know them. So the kind of thing that your parents or grandparents might have watched. Oh right.
Also, hi for new people in. I'm Em. That's Robyn.
Sup. We are answering questions today. Your fun couples questions. So who is the gorgeous queen of the crack? She is. I mean, they're correct. You have excellent taste.
And you also have an excellent screen name. That's really making me giggle.
Who is it? Fair enough. It's selective reading. That's not a problem. I just realised there are a couple. Don't worry. It's absolutely fine. People are allowed to admire my wife because they are correct. And I am not insecure because, I mean, I can't fault people for having good taste.
Well, thank you, dear.
Well, it's lovely to meet you all. So the next question that we have from chat is, if you could live anywhere, money, no object, where would you live?
Norway.
Really?
Yep.
Why Norway?
I'd love to. There are a lot of Nordic. I think a lot of things is like a civilization in Nordic countries like don't speak any fucking languages. So like I'm assuming along with your question for no apparent reason that I automatically get downloaded with the requisite language to be able to actually live in that country. But I'd probably either go for like cuisine-wise, I'd always go Japan because I absolutely love food in Japan. But the work culture there is, I mean, because I went out there for work a while back, and the work culture is quite intense, and it's not something that particularly jives with me. And the main reason I'd end up going Nordic countries is mostly weather, because I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm currently hotter than the centre of the godforsaken sun, but yeah.
I like sauna culture. I wish I lived in a country with more sauna culture because I really enjoy it. But then it has to be cold enough that you can get out of it again. Yeah. I do think it's like if I ever got silly levels of money, I would have a sauna in my home just because I really enjoy spa and stuff like that. But I think, to be honest, I like living in England, and I would quite like to live in Ireland because I really like Ireland. Scotland.
I would defect to Scotland.
Scotland. So we have some friends in Glasgow as well. Shout out, by the way, in chat where you would live if you could. I absolutely love Ireland. Big fan of Scotland, and Glasgow is where our friends live. So shout out to Glasgow, where I did try gluten-free vegan pizza crunch. I am personally gluten-free. The vegan was it just so happened to be vegan. So yeah, pizza crunch. It's deep fried pizza.
Yeah, I know.
It's fantastic.
I have in fact talked to people from Scotland.
A local delicacy.
This, yeah.
We're heading up to Glasgow again at some point later this year. So shout out to that. What else? Or New Zealand.
Also a shout.
Berlin. Hello from Malta.
Ooh,
hello.
Malta.
Nice
excellent.
Fantastic. So no, absolutely.
And also I have been to Norway before, which is why it's on my list as well, because it's Norway's lovely.
Wales. I do love Wales. We did film Sex Education in Wales, and it was lovely, good fun, and I did enjoy Cardiff. In fact, most things are filmed in Wales these days. Like we did, Casualties up in Wales. There's loads of good ones. And welcome new people in the chat.
Also, we're now getting people on like streaks of 5-stream streaks. And
congratulations. Congratulations.
Fabulous.
Hi from Germany. Fabulous. Oh, a small Greek island you can find. But yes, honestly, that is such a mood as well. I'm more of a... You're not a big fan of the heat, whereas I am more of a fan of it.
Also, Austria was beautiful when we went out there.
Austria was lovely.
Especially as far out from civilization as possible. Like some of the bits of like proper... not in the central parts of Austria. They're beautiful and it's so quiet and I'm not going to lie, the entire train system across Europe makes me so happy.
Yeah. Again, you are going to get peer reviewed.
I mean, possibly.
It's okay. You're allowed to like the train system.
I do like the train system. What can I say? Excellent question. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would you eat?
We'll come back to it because I do just quickly want to
Sorry.
say, no, it's all right.
I got excited.
No, you did. And we will answer just I was just going to say, if I could live somewhere as well, I'd like to go to New Zealand because I haven't visited. But you reminded me in that moment, what were you saying? Nepal. I wouldn't necessarily live in Nepal, but I'd really like to go back to Nepal because, oh my God, Nepalese cuisine is top tier. We've got ads in progress now, so now we've only got, hardcore people who have the... who have our subscription and subscribers. And this, I suppose, is a useful time to say, if you can subscribe, it would be lovely because it helps us to do this more.
Sensible things.
Oh, no, I don't do the sensible things. It's more just to say I'm really not used to this because I'm used to... I put out loads of content on my socials, which I think if I do one of these, it'll tell you...
Yeah, how do you trigger the thing?
How do I trigger Nightbot?
Yeah.
I tell Peanut... no.
And yeah, we're UK-based.
We are... There we go. If you have a look on
fancy.
there, I'm very used to sort of making these things, and I'm not used to saying to people, subscribe for things. So I'm getting used to it. Please do follow along though. Leaky, welcome Leaky,
Hi, Leaky.
back in chat. Leaky is our head moderator, and he is an absolute legend. Please shout out for Leaky in chat.
And also for all of our mods who have been also, because it's very, very much been an ordeal by fire coming straight in, and this is our fifth stream, and there's been a decent amount of traffic on there as well, and you guys have absolutely jumped in and been absolutely phenomenal, especially with two of us who are extraordinarily new to all of this. So absolutely owe you guys.
And if you are a common Twitch watcher and you would like to see more things in our streams, let us know because we'd be very happy to hear from you. Let's have a little look. What else have we got? It was the meal question.
Steak.
If you could only steak. We're back to steak. So we're talking yesterday about disordered eating and things like that. Because if you're new, by the way, in terms of what we stream, we do at least one session on mental health, one session which is a bit lighter like this one, and then I will sometimes do ones about gender and about stuff like that. But yes, yesterday we ended up talking about the fact that if you could, you would just eat a cow.
Yeah.
Just or a tuna.
I mean, mostly cow though. Like
Mostly cow.
I had tuna sashimi in Tokyo, and I somewhat infamously ate a really despicable amount of tuna in quite a short period of time.
You did.
And it's one of those things where I very much kind of went, I'm aware that if I eat too much tuna, there's mercury poisoning risks, and I don't care. I'm going to die happy. And a lot of tuna was consumed in a very short space of time. But the main thing is,
whereas she married someone who isn't.
Yes, let's hype up Leaky.
We love Leaky.
We love Leaky.
And I love leeks. Yeah, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a massive fan of fish. However, to be fair, I'd like to try proper sushi in Japan because I do think it is a different experience.
Proper sushi it's such a different experience.
Well, a shout out in chat as well. Like I say, we're going to answer these questions. We'd love to see your answers to these questions as well. So your answer, if you could only eat one meal, would be steak. I think mine might be dal bhat. If I had to do so, dal and rice and various chutneys and things, I can always eat it. It's always something that I'm like, no matter if I'm ill or if I'm busy, I really like dal bhat. Or alternatively, again, I'm going to be really typical here, just pizza. And I mean, as a celiac, that's also tragic because it would have to be gluten-free pizza. But pizza is just, it's such great food. I'm sorry, I love it.
I mean, I'm not a troglodyte. I do enjoy a good pizza, but also
mac and cheese in the chat. Like I say, so the reason we're talking about pasta earlier was just saying I just made the boursin pasta. If you haven't made it,
just don't
so simple.
Mac and cheese.
It is just cheesy pasta, and it's so well. Everyone understands carbs and cheese.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I understand it logically. But
yeah, you understand it theoretically. Like you understand the concept.
The practical application, I'm like, sod that for a game of soldiers.
I enjoy that so much. We'll hype you up. Leaky, I'm sorry you're having if you're having a bad... if you're having a bad day, we'll just hype you up. We should. Yeah. We can and we should.
Always hype Leaky. What else we got? I think
what magical... we'll say, what magical creature would you be?
Oh.
And I'm going to actually expand that one out, because that was a Harry Potter specific, but actually, not just because Harry Potter, but I think let's expand it out to all magical creatures that sort of exist conceptually. What would you want to be?
Oh...
Phoenix is tempting, because I think I would enjoy...
Are we going for humanoid demonesque or actually creatures?
Oh, I was assuming creatures. Because if you're being like a humanoid, you could be... anything. Like, you know, this is a proper hear me out. We're not doing the whole humanoid creature.
I'd go Rosalska. I'd drown people in lakes. It's the same thing. There are a lot of various forms of sirens nymphs. So it's basically scorned women who go and drown men in water. Like I'd go off and do my I'd go off and, you know, be that. But no,
you would just drown men in lakes.
I'd drown women too.
Oh,
I'm very
an equal opportunity siren.
I'm very egalitarian in that respect. But if I'm going for creatures, I mean, I genuinely don't know. I'd love to be a dragon.
Yeah.
That would be great.
You'd enjoy being a dragon.
I'd hoard my books and I'd hoard my gold and
I would like to
fire at
be
people.
the trickster fox with all the tails. Because I clearly am that kind of massive nerd. Foxes dressing up as things exist in so many. Kelpie is strong. Are horses still a thing?
Griffin, I love the older.
Oh, if you are a fan, I should probably shout out Camlan here. Shout out Tin Can Audio and Camlan. Camlan is the audio drama I am part of, a podcast, and it is an incredible thing written by Ella Watts. Please do go check it out. If you like magical creatures and stuff like that, it will absolutely be your vibe.
And Arthurian legend.
So what have we got in chat? We've got kind of, okay, first things first, cake. That is, as a choice of only eating one meal, I'm really annoyed I didn't think of that because I would have said afternoon tea.
I'm also going to look up Tornado's receipt.
Afternoon tea.
But I'm going to check.
Let's have a little look. Oh, apple and blackberry crumble with ice cream. That's genuinely sweet. KTD, do you mean the pasta recipe I'm talking about, or mac and cheese?
Yes, I have.
The unicorn, fair enough. Hippogriff, Griffin, we can keep it old school. This is all good. Thank you, Leaky. Yes, Tin Can Audio, have a look at Camlan, or have a listen to Camlan, because we're actually doing another live show at the London Podcast Festival. What genre of... Oh, no, we had another one just before that. I remember it was the What's Your Hogwarts House?
I'm Slytherin.
And I am a Gryffindor. But we shall... Again, we have moved away from such things because we do not support such things.
But we do also really enjoy young adult literature, which has faction-based systems, because like that was a big vibe when we were younger. And that's the thing, like there are so many interesting faction-based systems that turned up in a lot of literature around that period, and I really quite enjoy that. It's one of those things which is, sure, it got very... But the death of young adult dystopian literature is to blame for that one. The factions got so superficial that it stopped having any meaningful interaction, and I have personal anger about a lot of the Divergent series mostly because of anti-intellectualism, but that's a sorry, I get big mad about... Another day. Like, it's one of those things where there is a complete ability to enjoy interacting with the media and also have a lot of criticisms towards it. Please see large quantities of, literature. But specifically the Divergent series, I'm like, there are some serious issues about warmongering and glorifying combat and anti-intellectualism, which makes me fuck off mad.
We managed 18 minutes before an M rant.
Sorry.
And it was a book M rant.
Of course it's a book M rant, but genres of literature, I've never been able to... I think it's easier to start peeling out the ones I'm less fond of. Like, I really enjoy fantasy. I'm not a big romance reader personally. Like, it's not that I won't, but I prefer romance stories when they've got they're a subplot towards a larger... in service of a larger story. I love political thrillers and political dramas and all of that kind of area. I love a lot of young adult literature that really... particularly what would, I think, probably be known now as sort of new adulty kind of genres. I really enjoy literary fiction. I'm a big nerd for literary fiction, particularly experimental literary fiction, which is kind of my area of expertise. I've done some published work as well around particularly for reviewing of experimental literature, because Rituals in the Absence of Ganymede is one of the most extraordinary books I've read, and I was very fortunate to interview the author for that as part of the review that I did, so that was awesome as an experience. But this shit's niche. I do need to be really clear that this shit's niche.
We're just hyping up the M rant.
Thank you, team.
It's all right.
So yeah, there's that. I really do enjoy a lot of young adult, particularly fantasy.
I mean, you can see behind us, like we said before, these are a couple of our bookshelves. We are big, and actually, what I've noticed is we need to reorganise those because we've got things.
Fantastic, because that's also prose poetry, and that's really cool. I love that. I love books with things to say, and that's the main thing. Is that I'm not very good at things that are superficial. I love books that have something else to talk about within them. That's really exciting for me. So yeah, that's my vibe.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Just to answer a quick question, we use OBS, so we are new to streaming too, don't you worry, and we are using OBS to start, because it has been the simplest. It's also, there's loads of YouTube tutorials online, and vaguely, having been an Adobe Photoshop user and things like that, getting used to layers and putting things together, it is quite user friendly for me. However, if you struggle with technology, it might be more complicated.
We don't have the lights on.
We don't necessarily. Oh, you can put the lights on. Somebody hit the lights. We can do this day and night.
That was almost perfect.
That was amazing. Well done, everyone. We've upped the whimsy. Okay, we've upped whimsy. Also,
we always have the whimsy.
Welcome new followers.
We're being properly whimsical today.
We are being whimsical. Hello, great people. It's lovely to see you.
Hello, gorgeous people.
We have an M sort of rage emoji. We don't have an M rant emoji.
We do need a kind of M rant one, I think.
Or M emotes. That's all right. We did have another question in the chat, and I'm looking for it.
Did we?
I think we did, yes, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
I mean, there was one about the Tornadoes Rossini, which I have tried once a long time ago, and I need to eat it again because it's great.
And you, you're saying which genre, which you have now answered, which is awesome. We love an Emran. I'm really a Sabriel, a Lyriel, a Horson, that trilogy. I loved that. That was my YA that I was really keen on. I'm a big Discworld fan. Really, really big fan of Discworld, and Terry Pratchett generally was absolutely amazing. Are we wearing contacts? Yes.
Blind as a bat.
Simultaneous. I struggle to see. I also have astigmatism. I have strangely shaped eyes.
Rugby ball shaped eyes.
Rugby ball eyes. And yeah, Em's got a crown.
Also, for people who enjoyed Garth Nix, like, there are not... Shades Children is one of those books which is so much fewer people compared to the serial Sabre Lyra Paulson series actually ended up reading. But Shades Children, I thought, like, genuinely changed me on a cellular level when I first read it, like 12,
Sick.
13. Like, I still remember one of the Attack of the Myrmidons at one point during that, which, by the way, is a fantastic little tie to Troilus and Cressida, which I didn't realise until long after the fact. But it's a fantastic book, and very much in young adult horror, but not in graphic horror, much more experiential environmental horror. Oh my good sweet God, it's gorgeous. It's one of those things where I go, it's an absolutely brilliant book. Would I recommend it? If you like hurting yourself, sure. Like it's
I mean,
traumatic.
if you're into hurt comfort fanfic. The Aporson series. Discworld is amazing. I just need to rant about this. I mean, I'm not going to have a full Robyn rant, but I will just say Discworld was incredibly important to me, and the way of writing it really impacted, I think, a lot about how I write, how I interact with text, the kind of bar that was set. In terms of where to start, please look online. There are some great charts that'll tell you where to start. I am a big fan of Death and Family. Welcome, Jess. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm a big fan of the whole Susan death series. Like Susan, I wanted to be Susan when I was younger, and I still wouldn't turn down the role. If anyone's watching, just saying. But also Monstrous Regiment as a standalone, I absolutely adore. I just think Terry Pratchett is such wonderful satire, and yet at the same time it's so kind, and it's so kind of, I don't know. There's lots I love about it, and I truly wish he was still with us today, because that would be. I would love to hear what he'd have to say on the current situation. From what I could tell, he was also incredibly trans-inclusive. We adore that. Right, random question. Upright bass.
It's a cello, and it's my baby. This cello is my baby. This cello is a thing of beauty and a joy forever, and he's staying safe in his little case at the moment, which is a delightful shade of fuchsia pink. It's... Everything about this cello sparks joy. He's beautiful. But yes, it's glorious.
Welcome, Jess. I'm glad you could catch the stream. It's nice to see you. We've got a few more people coming in.
Hey. And we don't wear colour changing contacts or colour contacts.
Oh, no.
That's just Robyn's eyes.
These are just my eyes. But I would also say that in terms of colour contacts, they are quite expensive for people who have bad astigmatism and stuff like that. So I did for a cosplay I had some colour contacts. And I will say they were very, very fun. And maybe if I had...
on light coloured eyes.
I'm
though,
sorry.
You really, genuinely, I've tried colour contacts previously just out of curiosity, because I always got really frustrated when I was younger. I had brown eyes, and I thought it was really boring.
I love your eyes.
Well, thank you, Poppet. But I've tried them, and they just, when you've got darker coloured irises, it just does not happen.
I love your eyes. They're just warm. They're home. I love your eyes. Sorry. I will get cute on main. I did, but I'm correct.
Didn't I do well?
What is your favourite smell?
Vanilla.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm an absolute simple creature.
I was about to say you, and that's a bit weird and a bit. My favourite smell is it's a bit perfume, isn't it? No, I do like the smell of vanilla. I like the smell of. I quite like Christmas spice smells, because I associate them with you and with nice, warm and lovely things. So if I walk in like mince pie smells, or I think that's quite a nice one. Yeah. But I also quite like. I mean, petrichel's a nice smell. Do I mean petrichel? Yeah. That's always a nice smell.
Dust after rain.
Dust after rain is a good smell.
Strawberry's also a good shout. Raspberry's also a great shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
you read Heartstopper? Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yeah, a few years back.
I've not read Heartstopper.
I don't think I actually own it. It was one that I borrowed from somebody else. I do need to get it. It didn't impress me enough to grab a copy for myself.
I do enjoy it, but you're not as fond of graphic novels.
No.
I mean, we do have. I was about to say the graphic novels I've got behind me. I think is Sandman, but
Yeah.
I do like a graphic novel, so I should look into. I just
never got into like visual art's never really been my area, so I never really got into a lot of things that had any form of illustrative aspects to them. Yeah, there was also another question about a book that have we read, and I can't remember what it was.
It's Heartstopper.
His Dark Materials also, yes.
His Dark Materials.
My God, yes.
Yeah. I
and
think
then some.
Yeah, I can't even remember it as well because I read it when I was in sort of year 6. I think I was obsessed.
I was also lucky enough to see the National Theatre's production
You saw
of it.
it.
I saw when it was split into a triptych of plays as well. It was amazing.
I'm so gel. They did Book of Dust recently, and I say recently, oh my God, in the past decade, and I did audition for that one to be. I bet there was a lot of puppetry work, so I didn't get that one, but I would have loved to because those are some great books.
It's gorgeous. It's
Cello on Stream. Yeah, would you do Cello on Stream? Maybe for 1,000 subscribers.
Maybe. Yeah, and once I'm a bit more comfortable on my own cello skills, like he's beautiful, but I'm not playing as regularly as I used to. Like I'm currently getting back into some of my actual opera training, and I'm concentrating on that first in my musical capacity.
Yeah, her opera training, because she is an incredible singer. If you don't know this,
I grew up doing classical singing, and opera was a part of that, so yeah,
she's an amazing singer, and I won't let her talk herself down in any way, because she has taught me the funny thing about. So I sing. I did musical theatre, and then I went into sort of, again, we call it straight acting, hilarious, but yay, thank you Ash, shouting out with the bits. So we did all this, and I did that thing where I think each singing teacher I had thought the previous singing teacher had taught me more than they had. And it turned out I had massive gaps in my education. And then I met Em, and she was like, how do you not know this bit and this bit? And I'm like, I don't know. I can do some of the complicated stuff, and I can act through singing. But it turns out I don't know some of the most basic things. So you are responsible for a lot of my voice education.
Very technically, and I was very fortunate to have some incredible teachers in my journey for that as well. So like I now teach singing as well, and I'm a technician more than I am anything else. Like I look at singing and that kind of musical from a very craft-based perspective, and that means a lot to me. Like I get very nerdy about it, and I'm really passionate about it, and I really love it. Like I really, really love well-trained singers. It makes me really happy.
It's really funny whenever we're watching someone or something, you can always tell if they're trained or not, and you get big mad. Yeah, you could have the Adina Menzel conversation.
No, we're not doing that.
Not doing the Adina Menzel conversation.
We're too early in our.
It's too early in the Twitch journey. I just want to say, so have we read A Song of Ice and Fire? Is that
yes? I've read the entire all the Game of Thrones.
I have not read the Game of Thrones.
I did read it end to end, and God, that was a mission.
That is a mission.
I loved a lot about it, but I think there is and bear in mind, I love multi-perspective shifts, but the big problem I had with Game of Thrones is that because there are so many and they're thrown at you so fast, I really struggled with keeping track of who was related to who and how all of these things interrelated, which actually meant that I ended up losing, I think, a lot of the impact of the story. And it's one of those things from a critique perspective, I'm going, I'd prefer to have had a slower graduated introduction to the various different perspective shifts so you can actually follow what's going on, how they all actually lock together, because I just felt it got so...
But it is interesting having those tight third, because you like writing a tight third.
Yeah, I love tight third, and I love very, very hyper tight third. It's... Yeah, I just, like I say, for Game of Thrones, I loved a lot of what it was doing. I really enjoy political fantasy. That's a great genre,
we've just been asked if we read The Hunger Games. And also, I would say Alice Osman does absolutely deserve the hype. Like, what I've seen of Heartstopper, I do personally really like. I also like that there is approachable queer fiction for younger people. Thank you for the bits. Thank you so much, Ash. That's really, really kind. But yes, have we read The Hunger Games?
Yes.
Yeah, we've read The Hunger Games.
And then some. Team, I've been in fandom for years. Yes, I've read The Hunger Games. I'm out there in the world. AO3 knows me well, and I know it well. And that's all I'll be saying on the matter. But yes, I've read The Hunger Games.
I have also read The Hunger Games. To be honest, I didn't read the prequel
also,
or sequel.
The films are actually something of a comfort series for me now.
I can say I did audition for one of the films. I didn't get it, as you can probably tell, but that was an interesting time of my life where I was like, I'm auditioning for something. Yeah. So that was quite cool. Let's see, what else we got here?
David Williams is also fantastic, particularly for, I really enjoy, because I teach English as well, and I really enjoy David Williams for a specific age of readers who are sceptical about reading, because it's really accessible.
But I will say David Williams as a person maybe less.
I don't know that. I don't know.
There may be some drama there, so I don't want
Death
to.
of the author, preferably soon.
Yeah, death of the author only works if they're dead. You can't just wish death upon the author.
Wishing death.
That's not death of the author. That's murder of the author.
I'm saying that any author's work, it should be able to exist extant the author, and if it can't, there is a problem with the literature.
Do you understand? Also, Leaky, I also feel very out of place at the opera. She sings it, but I don't understand it. I'm not like, I don't come from a place. I've been to opera once, and it was with you.
Yeah.
And it was over. Like,
My
believe me,
yeah,
it was, and believe me, that was not me. That not in my natural milieu. No. But I in the same way, I don't really ballet or anything
opera is in and of
that.
itself a fairly inaccessible art form in a lot of forms. Like, there are some beautiful ways to make opera more accessible, but a lot of it's become very. A lot of it still really suffers from the cliche of what people think opera is, which is difficult and sad and annoying, because like there's some beautiful music, and like there's a lot of classical music by the same token, which is often seen quite like fusty and quite archaic. And I'm going, I was in the BBC proms when I was like 14
you were in
so.
proms.
So I ended up being in one of the proms during the prom season, and as part of that I ended up seeing a different one, and it was the Venezuelan Youth Orchestra, and they just had, like, it was a set of, like, late teens, early 20s orchestra, and they were just having a fucking whale of a time. Like, there was a point where midway through the songs, like, the cellos, they were spinning the cellos on their pins, etc., and, like, genuinely just, like, rocking out down in the orchestra pit. It was a thing of beauty and a joy forever, and I was going, that type of interactivity with often music that is considered to be quite sick. So they were doing Shostakovich, and that's...
I don't know what that means.
It's a classical Russian composer.
Yes.
Really beautiful. Really beautiful. I love Shostakovich. If I'm going for a lot of classical composers, I'm going Shostakovich.
Sometimes I'm reminded how much more you know than me about everything.
Occasionally I have weird fonts of random niche knowledge.
But it's true. I think what you're saying, if mirroring, is also the accessibility of these sort of things, because it can feel like I did feel very out of place, but it's reminding that it's not as stuffy perhaps as some of us might think it is, and there are ways of it being far more interactive and joyous and accessible. Well, thank you, North Bean. We love you, North Bean. Thank you.
Welcome back, Bean. The Bean. I love the fact that we now have beans, leeks, peanuts,
we are
potatoes.
making a full lagoon.
We're getting a stew.
We're getting a stew. Is that what our fans are called now? The stew. No, we don't have. Oh, we have fans. This is strange. Right. Have you read?
I haven't.
No, she's now going to look that up right away.
Yes.
What's a book series you would love to read but haven't?
There aren't many, because I'm not going to lie. If I want to read it, I probably
she will find it.
It doesn't take me long to end up reading series.
I want to continue reading with the Brandon Sanderson stuff. The
Brandon Sanderson stuff's fun.
Brandon Sanderson, because I've read Mistborn, and that is being made into a film. Again, I just feel like I'm just talking all my dream roles today. So she's looking that one up. But no, I would just love to play Vin, and I would love to be reading more of that series. We have got most of it. It's just I'm in that awful position. It sounds awful. I tend to, because I read audiobooks in my daily life. I'm currently recording one this week, although thankfully I was not recording today, part of the reason we're streaming today, but I am back in town tomorrow recording. I tend to read the books that I'm reading for work, and then I like to listen to non-fiction books, so I tend not to read as many fiction books as I used to. I was saying before, I'm currently listening to The Guilty Feminist. I also love listening to podcasts. Sorry, I'm just vamping as Em's looking this up and enjoying the book.
Pride of the Orange Tree looks fantastic. Would be...
And thank you very much. Very, very appreciated. Welcome, Midnight Dreams. So Mistborn is amazing. But words, I was having words. Yeah, no, and I like a podcast. Fifi, a giant Fifi in chat. Look at the giant Fifi with the greenest eyes in the world. She does have really bright eyes. Dive into the sound. What work to exist separately from an author?
Let's talk about Death of the Author. So look, I'm going to come at this from
I will leave this to you.
I'm a literature graduate. I did a lot of English, and I have my own opinions in terms of where Death of the Author sits. Can I have a look at the question, please, before I answer?
Where we gone? Here we go.
There we go. So, in terms of whether or not literature works can exist separately from an author, and how if the author is still alive and reading the book directly supports the author, it's a nuanced question, and fundamentally I come down to, the floating Fifis are fantastic. That's 10 out of 10. I have no idea how you did that, but I love it. I do think works not only can exist separately from the author, I think they should. I personally really... If a book relies on an understanding of the author as an individual or the societal context in which they were operating in order to understand and really appreciate what the literature piece is doing, then I think there is a fundamental flaw in the literature itself. There's sort of 6 1 of dozen of the other here, because a lot of more historical and classical fiction does need to have a recognition of its period and of its what period norms are appropriate, etc., to contextualise the book. But fundamentally, something like Pride and Prejudice, the story in and of itself exists and is well told, irrespective of whether or not you know a lot about Jane Austen norms of courtship. And that's one of the things that I think is important, and that's one of the things I find very useful, interesting, and exciting in literature. That said, for authors that are still alive and are extremely problematic, not naming names, but I'm pretty sure we can all read between the lines.
I think we can all think of somebody.
In the same way as when a lot of these pieces first came out, I think there were correct and reasonable criticisms that need to be happening about literature in the moment that it's created, irrespective of how popular it is. If an author is directly profiting from a piece of work and is using that in order to continue to propagate problematic or damaging social viewpoints, I do think you need to have an awareness of that. But the difference is the fact that I think the piece of literature itself and the actions of the author are two different things. I'm not going to financially support an author who I do not agree with the precepts of, because that's supporting a person. Whether or not I think good or bad things about Harry Potter exists for me as a completely separate metric to what I think about J.K. Rowling. And actually, I really enjoy a lot of aspects of Harry Potter, and I think there are also a lot of aspects that from a genuine literature perspective are really lacking. Like, I've always thought that. I will always think that. That's an important aspect of interacting, I think, in a way with literature. And I say, I personally wouldn't engage any further with the series beyond what I've already, like, you can get books secondhand. That's a thing you're allowed to do. I'd do that in order to not directly line the pockets of people who I don't agree with personally. Separate mechanics, to me. I feel like I want a little bit off.
Don't you worry. Yeah. No, it's absolutely fair. Like, we're talking about, oh my goodness, sorry, I'm sorry, you were doing some incredible work, and I'm just here looking at these on-screen celebrations just oohing.
The on-screen celebrations are fabulous.
It was just, you were talking, and then I'm just there going, potato, because they did a rainbow potato.
We love a rainbow potato.
Thank you for the on-screen celebrations. Those are absolutely fantastic.
And yes, I am sorry, I do talk at the speed of sound.
You don't talk quite at the speed of sound.
I'm pretty close.
But, I mean, you're doing well. Let us know in chat whether or not that is something that is okay for you, if we do need to slow down, because we do get very enthusiastic. I'm going to
warn you now that if I'm in the middle of going off on one, the chances of me remembering to slow down are soddle, but, you know, a girl can try.
Oh, I'm glad. Well, no, I'm glad, and welcome people. So yeah, we're answering
the number of on-screen celebrations is
this
so
is fantastic, and yes, we do.
And thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
I also do really enjoy that for everyone who thinks that I talk too fast, there is another set of people who have ended up commenting on things like TikToks and Instagram, etc., who have also gone, you talk the right speed, and I'm like, vindicated at last.
Oh, welcome, Otter. Thank you.
Years,
oh my goodness.
Oh, Otter,
so
hi,
exciting.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Good evening, Otter.
Good evening, Otter.
So let's go back to let's have some silly. We've got some silly questions.
Speed voice is half the reason I have. What a
fantastic.
Mood,
we love the speed voice. Thank you for the on-screen. That's so fair. Okay. Couples question. If I disappeared for 24 hours, where is the first place you'd look?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I'd panic.
You would?
I'd call a police station. You don't go... I would not... I'd not do well with that. I'd just panic. Where would I look? I'd look upstairs, realise you weren't there, and then proceed to have a meltdown. I'd probably go... I'd go to our relevant friends.
Yeah.
I'd also... Because the thing is that if you've probably gone somewhere, you've gone off wandering in a fucking field somewhere.
I'm lost in the woods. Lost in the...
Yeah, genuinely. Lost in the fucking woods.
Lost in the woods.
Which is why I'm calling in backup. So I'm going, either somebody knows where you are, or they know which direction you started wandering in, and at which point we're going to need fucking rescue teams anyway, so I guess we're sending off that.
Oh my gosh, I think if I couldn't find you, I'd look in our best friend's house, which happens to be quite local, or I would look in hospital. Or I think...
I've been arrested or I've been hospitalised. Those are the only real...
I didn't say prison. I didn't say I'd look in prison. I said I'd look at our best friend's house, and I think you just got... to be honest, you started playing Terraforming Mars, and that was a 24-hour game.
Yeah.
Like, I need to point out here, we both love Terraforming Mars. Shout out Board Games in the chat. If you enjoy board games, we are big Terraforming fans. We're fans of lots of ones, but... If you've ever played Terraforming Mars, it is something that you can stretch out if you want to. And it just so happens that Em and some of our besties, when we play together, stretch that out. That is stretched out, which is fantastic.
It's like playing Civ. It's just you're here for a while now. It's great.
Oh my God. Okay. This is all good. What am I missing?
Also, I'm loving all the fire lovers out there. In case you aren't aware of this, Robyn and I used to... Well, we started a circus company, founded a circus company at one point.
We were part of founding of a circus company.
Yeah.
Then the other people who founded it with us left, and then we ended up running a circus company, which sort of circus entertainment. We ended up sort of doing parties and stuff like that.
But specifically for the fire thing is Robyn spins fire, because they're a poi spinner, and I was a fire eater and body burner.
Yes. I did do a bit of body burning. Don't do it randomly on the fly. No, but yes, I'm a fire spinner, and that was good fun. And yeah, you love fire eating.
I love fire eating. It was one of those things which I look back in hindsight and go, this is such a specific thing to my early 20s of somebody going, do you want to learn how to do this? And I went, sure, why not? We have fellow fire performers.
Okay, I want to point out here.
Terraforming Mars Alpha Testing Group.
That sounds amazing.
God,
Also,
that's the coolest shit.
If you are a tabletop RPG fan, let us know what you are fans of, and you can nerd out. Like we're going through an Etherfields campaign.
We should do some more gaming stuff, like board gaming stuff.
Oh, I would, but we would have to rope Mr. Frenchin.
Oh, I love also contortion work. I only did so I'm pretty flexible. Robyn thinks I probably have.
She's quite flexible, yes.
Robyn thinks I probably have some degree of EDS, which I probably do. It's a wide
really
spectrum.
do most people's shoulders randomly pop in and out?
Yeah, all right, fine. Just so I definitely have issues with hypermobility, but I loved doing contortion because it was something which I found a real gift for, and I really enjoyed the artistry of contortion works. I think a lot of people don't get on with contortion that well as an institution, and I think it's really beautiful when done well, and I think it's amazing to see what the body's capable of, and it's also just, it felt great. It's like stretching on feral.
Oh, stretch. Like actually have a stretch. But the thing, I struggle with contortion. The older I get and the more I see contortion, the more it gives me a little bit of one of those sort of responses of just, shouldn't be happening.
Are you safe? Yes, are you okay?
You safe? Bendy body,
all the
bendy
bendies.
brain. Yes, fantastic. I'm a big
games.
Arkham Horror fan, as in Arkham Horror, the living card game. Again, talking death of the author, very much very dead author. However, if you're into tabletop gaming, like, I love Arkham Horror.
We're very fortunate that my effectively adopted brother at this point, I adore him, is a big board games guy.
Board games guy. He's big on board games.
He's big on board games, and I absolutely adore him, and it's meant that we've had access to a lot more board games than a lot of people
He is the king of games.
He's the king of games, and
but
he's
not
an
like,
absolute delight.
But
and,
not like Yugi is the king of games.
It's games that you wouldn't find, I think, with a lot of like casual players, because things like Anachrony are complicated as well, and things like the learning curve for that are entertaining.
Yeah, Great Wall of China.
Yeah, I mean, Etherfields in itself is.
I love Etherfields. Etherfields is it's everything's in a dream.
Oh, Saoirse, have you ever been to board game cafes?
Yeah, we love board game cafes.
That's fantastic.
To be honest, if we were ever doing like a proper meet and greet organised ourselves, we'd probably just have one in a board game cafe, and we all just sit and drink milkshakes and play board games.
Yep. I love chess, by the way.
I can't play chess. People meet me and assume I can play chess.
I tried to teach you at one point.
Did you?
Yeah.
I have no memory of this place.
I believe you.
I did learn at one point. Right. Oh, if you had a
also alto sax, love that.
Oh, brilliant! Alto sax. Together, we're getting
a
band together.
So I also used to do jazz singing and jazz and blues with a fantastic little group this was around my university days in Cambridge, and it was great. I love doing jazz blues work.
You do,
particularly with a good saxophonist, preferably a good trumpet.
Look, we are getting together a band.
Oh, and we've got a drummer.
Has anyone been to Ludicrous? Ludicrous in Croydon. Shout out to them. They were I love Ludicrous.
Also, chess club at uni. You'd absolutely decimate me if I ever played chess.
We have a trumpeter.
Yes,
you love a trumpet.
And we have cello turned bass. That's glorious. Oh,
cello. You got a bass.
I'm really enjoying the cellos representing.
I have a question here, and I really like it. It's just, if I had a warning label, what would it say?
Oh, Jesus
Yours
Christ.
would just say, I bite.
Yeah, probably. Will bite if threatened.
Will bite. No, just will bite.
Just will bite. What would yours be?
Or you might have vulgar language.
Yes. Some mixture of both.
Yeah. I don't know what's my warning.
I don't know.
Will bite and swear. What's my warning label?
Pet gently.
Pet gently. I was going to say, is it just the one that's
Spooks
like
easy.
Anxiety, anxious animal, nervous animal?
I know. I think it would just be spooks easily.
Or I enjoy or what was it?
Volatile's great.
Volatile's
by the way.
Fantastic.
Mood.
Either that or I mean, don't feed gluten would be an obvious one for me, because I can't, no gluten allowed. But also
treat orientated.
I am treat oriented. I'm not sure that's a warning about me though.
No.
I think just treat gently, will cry.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. What are your...
Also, I'm loving the lived 100 lives. I don't know why, but my life sounds completely demented to a bit. Like I do look back at my own chronology, and like a lot of weird things have happened in my life to date. It's very entertaining.
I'm not even sure we've covered... I mean, I don't even know if I've covered
I come out with random factoids sometimes, which still, it's been 17 years and I still surprise you occasionally.
You do occasionally surprise me. You'll tell you've gone somewhere or done something. You're like, when did you do that?
Yeah.
To be fair, there was a point I was just like, oh yeah, when I was in China learning Kung Fu. And people would be like, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, when we ran a circus company. What?
Yeah.
When Em was in hospital, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been busy. I think now we've earned our soft epilogue.
Oh, meet up at a board game cafe. My God, that would be delightful.
Here we go.
We love board game cafes.
We do love board game cafe. Mandatory
Oh
reporting.
God, yeah, people do occasionally come out with bizarre things where I'm like, you do realise you're committing actual fucking crimes out there. Like,
May
the
react
shit
in
people say.
unpredictable ways is fantastic.
Yes, that's a great one.
What's the one thing you would never let me be in charge of?
The car.
I drive so much
I know,
more
but
than
you just don't like driving.
I don't like driving.
What would you be in charge of?
Not allowed to be in charge of.
Not allowed to be in charge of. I don't really know. Like, you're kind of... You're not... I don't...
Time.
Yeah,
timings.
time management. Shit, sorry, I completely forgot that you're time blind. Yeah, no, sorry, I'd basically take over enough of the time that I forgot that...
Ooh, what do you think of the Terraria board game? Really enjoy it. Have played it. I think they did a really good job of translating it onto from the video game to the board game. Like, it's not as expansive as course because it's not going to be, but I actually think I was like, how are they going to do that? How could they possibly do a Terraria board game? No, remarkably enjoyable. Also, I love a co-op.
I don't like co-op games.
Yeah, you like a...
Which I'm sure is remarkably... Like, who would have seen that
No
coming?
co-op.
But I don't get on as well with cooperative board games. Like, I'm there going, I'm here to win, you fuckers. Let me try.
I do understand. Honestly,
Much more fun that way.
Refreshing the page, letting this go a little bit. I always love that we are live and unstable. That does make me laugh.
Yeah.
If our relationship were a weather pattern, what would it be?
Where the fuck did you get these questions from? I should have checked these in
TikTok.
advance, so I had some degree of ability to think of it in advance.
No, it's funnier
if you were
when
a
we get
weather
the
pattern.
If we were if our relationship was a weather pattern,
sunny with a chance of hurricanes.
sunny with a chance of hurricanes. I enjoy that. I enjoy that it's completely calm and then random hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tag yourself. I'm the hurricane.
Tag yourself.
You're
This is
a
why-
golden retriever.
Or just a golden retriever going round in a tornado. No,
Yeah.
but what tornado and a hurricane? Is it the ones? I can't remember. What's the difference between a tornado and a hurricane?
I used to know this.
I didn't know it. Okay, what's favourite? Yeah, just warning, will bite. Absolutely, will bite when threatened. Will just bite generally.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley. Is the Stardew board game fun? I haven't played it yet. I enjoy the Stardew cookery book. Our friend has that one. There was a favourite traditional card game? Rummy, Switch.
I love Rummy.
I like Rummy too.
I love Rummy. I also love Black Mariah.
Black Mariah's good.
Black Mariah's a
I
good
don't
one.
mind Blackjack.
I never got on as well with Blackjack.
I quite like it's simple, but it's.
I also do
or
actually
poker.
enjoy poker.
Yeah, poker's
Like,
fun.
Poker is fun.
I enjoy. It's not
I love
Whisk.
Liar's Dice as well. That's great.
Solo.
It's not quite card game, but I always think of them in the same kind of.
Yeah, I enjoy Solo. That was what my family used to play on
And yes,
holiday.
Skylar, Robyn really is the sunshine. Robyn is a genuine sunshine creature, and I'm basically here as chaos incarnate.
Well, I mean, every relationship needs that. Is it? Have we learned nothing from fan fiction?
Yeah.
One is the angry, moody, dark one, and the other is the sunshine child.
Yeah.
And it turns out the sunshine child can and will beat you up, and the dark and moody one is actually just a big
Just
softie.
angsty and sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one.
Catan.
Catan's a great game, yeah.
Bricks for sticks. Sheeps. Flash flooding.
I never got on. Like I used to play a lot of Catan, and I've sort of fallen off it in the last few years, just because I really enjoy crunchy games rather than sort of.
When we say crunchy, I enjoy crunchy. So crunchy is like brain heavy games.
Yeah.
Brain heavy games, things that take a while and stuff like that.
Backgammon's decent as well. Been a few years, but I do enjoy backgammon.
Quote book from yesterday's. Oh god.
Robyn used to joke that they'd want to do a shit my wife says Twitter feed of basically just the
Sometimes
random shit
you
that I
will
come
just
out
come
with.
up with stuff, and it's genuinely so funny. Also, I'm going to tell that joke aloud. Thank you, Atto. A nun, a priest, and a rabbit walk into a blood drive. The nurse asks the rabbit for its blood type. The rabbit replies, "I'm probably a typo." Typo.
Oh fuck.
Yeah! Fantastic. Excellent work. It took her a moment and I loved it. Oh, thank you, Axel, for subscribing. Fantastic.
It often takes me a long time to get puns. I'm sorry. Also, hi Axel. Thank you. Also, Axel, please tell me that's a Kingdom Hearts reference.
You will make her so happy. She loves Axel so much.
There aren't enough people in my life who are Kingdom Hearts people.
Excited for the Trans Project restock. Oh, that's exciting. My stream on Friday is going to be getting my big box of chest binders. I have many because I've reviewed most of the ones that exist. I'm getting that together and I will be looking over each one and letting you know what I think of them, whether or not I still wear them, all that good stuff. What is your guys' favourite musical? I think we did this one the other day. What's we're working it out, and we can kind of top 5.
Yeah, finding a single one really depends on the day of the week because there's just a lot of great musicals.
We do agree. We both like Next to Normal.
Yeah, I love Next to Normal. I'm a big Sondheim fan, so I really enjoy.
You're also
Sunday.
an Andrew Lloyd Webber fan of his earlier work.
Original concept album Evita.
And
original
Superstar.
London cast of Superstar.
Yeah,
would be my hits there.
There's musicals I haven't actually seen. Like, I haven't actually seen the stage version of Matilda. I've seen the film, but I really like a lot of the concepts.
Smeared, by the way.
Have I smeared? I've smeared. Oh no. Oh no.
It's all Coal Island, so it's just buffing it outside.
Thank you. Yes, but
Avenue Q's great.
I'm a Tim Minchin fan. Avenue Q is very good. I think great. Avenue Q still stands up as brilliant. I think it beat Wicked for the Tony, and I think that's I am also a Wicked fan, but not the film, only the musical, because I'm a nerd like that. Yeah. Love a bit of Hamilton, love a bit of Come From Away. Again, I've never actually seen it.
This is the funny thing though, it's like I was always a very classical musical theatre fan, and Robyn's always been much more in the modern camp of musical theatre.
So modern and camp.
You ended up introducing me to a lot more of modern musical theatre as I'm there going, I love myself some Rodgers and Hammerstein.
You do, although you do like
old school.
I like some Lipper. I mean, I do like Andrew Lipper. His Wild Party is very good. I mean, I do like Candor and Ebb.
Yeah, Candor and Ebb's great.
Candor and Ebb's fab.
So Kiss the Spider Woman is a bizarre musical.
Let's
but bizarre.
Have a little look. Stardew Valley was okay. Yeah, there's a board game. That's all right. Yes, Hydrate Time.
Yes.
The Sun and the Hurricane. Let's have a little favourite place we've travelled to.
Ooh. Despite going back to Norway for me.
I've never been.
I know. Need to. Travel to together is not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so let's do separate and together. Yeah. So. I love Nepal. I did do the gap year thing. I did a gap year where I was earning money, and then I did a gap year where I was spending money. Can recommend. But Nepal was absolutely incredible. It's a beautiful place. Like, oh my God. And I learned a lot about myself out there, and I really, really enjoy Nepal. What about you, travelling alone?
Probably Norway. I really, really loved Norway. It's beautiful. I've been lucky. I've travelled quite a bit when I was younger, so I did quite well on that one. But I have to admit, I'm a bit of a homebody, and I've got to really be honest about this. I really am a bit of a homebody. I like being around things that are slightly more familiar and comfortable. So. What can I say? I'm boring.
Also, you're not boring.
I'm a tad.
Also, like, it's expensive. Tim, we haven't travelled for a very long time. That
costs money.
That costs money, and we've been removing organs. Sorry, I should probably explain that one.
So I had very severe endometriosis, along with endometriosis, PCOS, which is now PMOS for anybody who's not sure.
We should do an endo stream.
We should do an endometriosis stream.
I'm also going to take a little selfie while we do this.
And as a result of all of my gynae issues, had a radical hysterectomy just over 2 years ago. Best fucking decision of my life. Mm-hmm. Oh, 10 out of 10. But it does mean that we occasionally have jokes about sort of, organ yeeting, because yeeting the uterus was a...
Yeeting, not eating.
Yeeting. There's a Y in there, and it's important.
That was a fantastic... I'm sorry, I'm trying to just... Let's take the quick... Just showing.
And also, thank you for... I'm not boring. I'm peculiar. And I like being peculiar. It's fun. Also, Producers is great, as is...
I love the Producers.
Yep.
I enjoy it.
It's great. Starlight's fabuless.
Adam's Family
Rent
for me.
Is great.
Rent's great.
Thank you, Sisha, for the Evita.
Little shop of horrors.
And your 16.5 weeks post-hysterectomy. Congratulations. I hope recovery is going really well. All right. Yeah.
Oh, yep. Scanning down. That's all good. Evita forever. Forever has a special place.
Recovery from hysterectomy is an experience.
Golden Capatra.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know what that is. Ooh. Fantastic. Things are happening.
Exciting.
Thank you. This is incredibly exciting.
Learning things like emotes and shit.
This is incredible. Oh, thank you, Ash.
Oh, sweetheart, thank you.
I appreciate that. Let's see.
Favorite part of England to visit. I really enjoyed the Lake District when I went up there a few years back.
Was that when we went?
Also, we broke 200 subs.
Oh my gosh, we broke 200 subs!
Holy crap!
Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, everybody. That is incredible. Genuinely, I had no idea we would be doing this well this early. This is incredible.
Absurd. We didn't.
And if this is something that if you are enjoying seeing us on this, let us know, because we would love to do some more of this. Like we would, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think we'd love to have this as our full-time job, just chatting with you guys. And if there are more ideas for streams, we really understand, appreciate, we would not be here without you. So if there's stuff that you want to see us do or say or go around, well, actually probably,
and it's probably like
not
I might
giving
actually,
you puppet strings, but
no, but it's very much, there are, I think, a lot of topics that are between us, Robyn and I have covered a bit on TikToks and also in other places. Oh, thank you, Puma. But there are, I think, bits and pieces, things like having hysterectomy, particularly given that I was like 31 at the time, was fuck off scary and hard to get people to, like, medical professions and particularly women in healthcare. It's it's a thing, and it's a bit of a nightmare. And if there are people who that can potentially help, particularly because I think a lot of, particularly period awareness and of gynecological issues, is a thing that I'm very passionate about because it fucked up my life for a very long time and a lot of people don't get it. And that's not anybody being a bad thing. It's very much people aren't educated enough on it and what's normal or not. It's not normal to be in pain all the time.
You know what,
which is kind of a big thing where I'm just like, it's not normal to be in pain. Let's go and proselytise about this.
Let's do a gynae stream. Let's do a gynae stream. Gynae stream.
And I do fondly and lovingly invite all of my AMAB and male friends out there to come join on that one.
Please do.
Like, I kid you not, like, I've had some fantastic friends of mine who ended up asking me quite a lot of questions whilst they started to get more involved in, like, knowing more about what was going on with me. And I think it's just really useful for everybody to know things more. Like, I like learning about people, how people's bodies work.
I'm going to be honest with you, team. Talking
Discovering
from a place of masculinity.
Boys' teenage years is also things that I did not understand until a long time after the fact, and I have a lot more empathy for a lot of teenage boys, because fuck me, puberty hits you fuckers hard. I'm sorry.
No, I totally get it.
I've got to stop swearing. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I need to give you a swear jar on my. Thank you so much, by the way, for all of these subs. It was so lovely to see, and I'm delighted. I'm also delighted we can therefore all use the emotes. So team,
it's really exciting.
You are our crazy hurricane, and we enjoy it. So yeah, team, we'll let you know when we do that. We'll do a whole stream on gynae stuff. But
yes, sorry,
and my mask. No, absolutely, my mask people in chat. Like, seriously, it can be one of those things that even if you are an AMAB guy who loves AMAB guys, I totally get it. But knowing what's going on with the women in your life is really important. And there is such a gap. And if you do consider yourself a feminist, and I hope we do, I hope everyone watching this will consider themselves a feminist, or at least equal opportunity. Is
egalitarian, equalitarian, whatever we want to call it. It's all the same thing, wearing different hats.
So wearing different hats. All of that stuff is just knowing how these bodies work and knowing there's this massive gap in education about these bodies. It can be so helpful to learn. So please, there will come a point where you interact. Hello, welcome. Thank you that you love our TikToks. Really appreciate that. Let's have a little look. Oh my gosh, saw the meme, Puma. That is so true.
I mean, we've really got it.
It's all right. Yeah, we'll do a gynae stream. Maybe, I mean, we might be able to do it next week. But
that'd be fine.
I'm teaching a summer course next week where I teach play in a week.
But it also means that we're doing a gynae one that I can take.
Yeah, you can take lead. You can front that one.
Yeah.
Shall I? I'm going to go back to my very silly questions.
Yeah, like genuinely, if you do have things, do let us know and we'll note them down as we go. Like we will. I am trying to keep notes as we go through the stream, just so if you do have things that you want to say. Also, thank you, Akalio.
Thank you, everybody. You are all being.
Akacalio. I missed
Akacalio. Friday is this. Name. So Friday is the stream I will tend to do on my own, and often that's going to be focusing on that trans and queer stuff. Oh, there was a question. What are we thinking about the current climate around trans, queerness, homosexuality in the UK? That's quite, or in the UK and in Europe generally. It's quite a broad topic. I did have a little bit of a chat about it and talking about how to kind of reassure people that the wheel will keep turning. A lot of people transgender people especially, are being used as quite a useful boogeyman at the moment, especially in a lot of UK things. However, the media will move on and we will rebuild, and there have been, you are standing on the shoulders of giants, team. It's unfortunate because it is going to mean that there is a generation of people who are missing out on evidence-backed healthcare, and who are instead having to live in fear, and I'm sorry for that, but I just want to reassure you that things will get better.
Yep. I'm also for where are you? M&M's, also a great name.
M&M's.
We will absolutely do something on sexuality, particularly in terms of, I think one thing interesting about a lot of sexuality things is because there are a lot of, not necessarily micro-identities, but sub-variants of identities, like, for example, the asexuality umbrella and demi and some of those other things, and how these things relate. really useful. And anybody who was here yesterday, you know that what I'm very good at and what I enjoy doing is a couple of like definitional bits and pieces. I love stating my definitions before we get started because I'm a godforsaken nerd.
You are, but
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
I'm not deriding myself on that one. I'm a godforsaken nerd and I'm proud of it. Hi, Lily. Lily Evangelina.
Thank you so much,
Lily
team.
Evangeline.
Really,
Evangeline.
really appreciate it.
Evangeline's a gorgeous name.
Evangeline. I've just got Miss Evangelista in my head. I will not unhear Miss Evangelista.
Also, yes, how mental health ties into medication, and particularly for a lot of AFAB people, is a really interesting area, which actually I'm very well read in, because I actually got very, very unwell at one point because of some of the lack of scientific understanding and some of the the very young research still into how gynae and hormonal interventions can and do change the aspects of how other medications interact, and vice versa with neurodivergence and things like EDS and its relations to autism and how that affects med processing and med sensitivity, all sorts of fun shit. Like, I get really nerdy and really excited about all of this because it's a really interesting area with a lot of things that are webbed together and interrelated, and suddenly shit makes a whole lot more sense when you realise how interconnected these things are.
100%, and we will add that one.
I find that really exciting.
I've got another
also,
silly
choo-choo train.
Choo-choo.
I'm loving the number of choo-choos we're getting here.
Slay, thank you, appreciate it. I got a question. If we were both cats, who would be the show cat?
You.
I'd be the show cat.
Yes.
Why?
Because you'd sit happily on a little velvet pillow and do as you were told.
I would. If you've never seen cat shows, they are so pleasing. They are so pleasing, team. Like, it's just a chance to pet cats. Next door, I'm still not over next door neighbour having kittens.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It has been a wonderful thing. Let me have a look.
I would not be a good show cat.
You would not be. No, you'd bite.
Yeah.
You would just bite, and I respect that.
I just don't do what I'm told. I'm very bad at that.
I'm
a contrary cat.
You are a contrary cat, and I would enjoy that for you. Couples questions. Let's see if I can find some more couples questions.
Yes, thank you to the orange cat representation here. As a resident ginger, abso-fucking-lutely, yes. I'm coming in, I'm knocking off the food bowls, I am yowling in your face at 2:00 in the morning while I already have food on my plate. I'm that kind of
you would
cat.
be an orange.
I would be an orange.
An orange.
A singular brain cell dedicated entirely to chaos.
Oh, red panda. Okay, I love red pandas. Shout out to red pandas. They are some of my favourite animals. And yes, Captain's next to you. I think Fifi's upstairs causing chaos in her normal way.
Fifi will be back though at some point.
We enjoy this.
And we'll scream her entrance as usual.
She will announce herself because that is what she does. Let's see if I can find.
And you know what? I like a cat who knows her place in this world.
She is
in terms of what about dogs, I'm so sorry. I'm not a dog person.
I love
Robyn can.
them.
I'm just not a dog person. It's not that I'm scared of dogs. It's that I'm healthily wary of anything that's of a particular size with a brain of its own.
Yes, I understand. I do
like,
understand.
in the same way as, like, I'm not scared of horses. I have no interest in riding them because I do not want to be dealing with a living animal of that size in that close proximity to me.
I really thought you were going to do the Sherlock Holmes quote.
And
about not wanting an animal with a brain between your legs.
Yeah, that too. Those things are too big, too dangerous, and entirely they're doing their own thing. I feel like I'm just going, I'm being separate with that one.
I'm sorry, Peanut, we couldn't start at 8. We started at 7. We had to go with democracy. Alas, we are one of the few bastions left of democracy in this world. But welcome, Peanut. We celebrate Peanut.
And don't worry, Peanut, we will still be here for at least another hour. And what have you mostly missed, Peanut?
What has Peanut missed? I don't know. We talked a little about. Well, actually, you know what? You can scan back in the stream. We've talked around the houses. It's been a bit of a silly one. We've been answering silly questions, and this question I love.
We're not being particularly sensible today.
This is very silly. This is a very silly stream.
Today is not sensible.
A very silly stream. How long could I wear a helmet indoors before you asked why?
When I noticed no time at all, it would take me a long time to notice.
It would take you so long.
If I'm busy and working,
if you're locked in,
it will be.
If you were writing, I could just do that. I could literally do everything I needed to do in the day wearing a full. I mean, I could wear a. I'm saying helmet here. This is gonna sound strange. If I say the word helmet, chat, what do you assume that means? Like, what are you thinking of? Like, are you thinking?
Motorcycle helmet.
You're thinking motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
I was thinking full on knight's helmet. I was thinking full on like. One of those, or you know, and also helmet from Suit of Armour. Yes, bike, peanuts. Will you bring peanuts? Thank you. Knight's helmet. Yeah, see, we've got a good split.
Yeah.
Or although there are some wonderful helmets.
Currently, a little US football helmet is a different one. I love that.
Knight.
Delight that.
I enjoy that. Although, thank you. Yeah, Roman helm. Or you could go really rogue and wear one of those old beekeeper helmets. If you've never seen it, Google it now. Like beekeepers' old school helmet. They're just they're so strange.
Also, you joke, Floof, but genuinely, Robyn's been doing TikToks for several years. Robyn has occasionally come down in random outfits. I'll be in the middle of doing things, and I'll look up and go, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
Occasionally I will.
And
also...
you'll be like, "I've been like that. I've just been sitting next to you for 2 hours, and you've not noticed notice the fact that I'm basically in a Roman toga, and I'm like,
yeah,
no.
I did do that at one point when one of my favourite cosplays was it was kind of generally meant to be Hades, as in the Greek god Hades, but it kind of looked a little bit like Thanatos from the Hades game. I looked like a kind of child of Thanatos and Zagreus, and to be honest, whose transition goals aren't Zagreus? Like everyone's.
Also, shit, we have really bounced up.
Welcome, bounced up viewers. Welcome, new viewers. Hello.
Welcome.
Do you want to do the intro?
Hi, I'm not good at intros. This is a terrible thing to do.
You're wonderful.
So hi, we're Robyn and Em. I'm Em. That's Robyn. What? That's an intro.
No,
Did
it
I
was
not?
perfectly done. Perfectly done. No notes.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I'm Em. That's Robyn.
Hello.
I'm she, her pronouns. They're they, them.
What up?
We're married. Have been for 7 years and have been known each other since
we were 16, 17.
Yeah, so it's been 17 odd years.
Been about 17 years we've known each other.
And yeah, we've predominantly been on TikTok and Instagram in the past, doing various videos on a variety of topics, ranging from, you started with doing sort of a lot of things with binders and the non-binary and trans experience. Mm-hmm. I kind of came in as resident crazy lady coming in to talk about some of the crazies.
She is the resident crazy lady.
And also a little bit about endometriosis, actually. That was one of my earlier ones I did.
Yeah, we do. And so in terms of what we talk about on stream, we've got about we're aiming for kind of 3 streams a week at the moment. We're looking at things like mental health. We've got an amazing thing coming up. I think we've got like 90k views now on that bipolar stream. Yeah. We've also talked about disordered eating. We are talking M like James wanted. To be fair, yes. I mean, EM is. I did
actually get nicknamed that.
Are we sisters that used to be conjoined? Hilarious. We look nothing alike. This is always gets me. People, especially people who are who have a block in their brain about the idea that people they perceive to be women could be in a relationship. They go, "Are you sisters?" And I'm like,
it's the accent.
It's the accent.
It's the accent.
Again, we also have quite different accents.
We do.
Okay, I've got another question. If I started collecting spoons, would you support
and also, just
it?
to answer the question, by the way, we're not sisters. We are in fact married.
Yeah, we are married. Although we could therefore do the rent. Sisters, we're close. I think kissing you on street, I can give you a kiss. No, we're not sisters.
No.
Although if you wore a helmet inside, I would just assume you would.
You'd assume
overwhelmed.
You had reasons.
Yeah, I would assume you had reasons and you were trying to lock out the world. Yeah. I would wonder where you got it more than anything, but the answer would probably be, where did you acquire it? I don't know.
Yeah. How many followers do you have? Do you have more here than elsewhere?
Followers. So on TikTok, I'm currently on 250,000, which was a bit of a shock. So yeah, 250,000, which is insane. Like I didn't start out to be any kind of social media person. This just happened. Yeah. And then I think just kind of 130,000 on Instagram. So yeah, there's between. So we're doing quite well. But yes, yeah, noise isolation helmets. So imagine just creating a giant one of those.
Was a good.
I genuinely thought you just said lube headphones.
No,
I know you mean loop headphones.
God's sake, Robyn.
Well done. This is all good. So I do have a question though. I really want to ask this one. Yeah. If I started collecting spoons, would you support it or intervene?
Depends on what spoons.
Depends on the spoons.
If they were shitty spoons, then I'd intervene.
You would intervene?
If you were getting really ugly spoons or things that can't actually be used as spoons, then I would intervene.
But if it was a collection, you wouldn't use the spoons.
If you want decorative spoons, you do you, honey. But if you're going to try and use spoons that are ever going to be actually pretending to be usable as spoons, then I'm going to have thoughts on the matter.
To be honest, I wouldn't collect them. I would just stand with them and just become like Abra and Alakazam. I'd just be Kadabra and I just gradually inquire. Maybe that's the secret to me evolving, is just acquiring more spoons.
I mean, can do.
But this is the way. This is spoon theory, is how I actually just give you more spoons now, in the idea of if you have more spoons, you can do more.
I mean, yeah, that works.
If you started collecting spoons...
I know, also, Fleef, this, I live with this.
You do? What was Fleef saying? Lube headphones. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
I don't know what lube headphones would be, but I assume they'd be quite slippery.
Also, I love orange cat named Pippi. Pippi's a great name for a cat.
Is it okay to... no, I'm assuming that's not a good question. But mostly, unless if you mean it in the Full Metal Alchemist way, please don't. Please don't in any way. What else have we got here? We've got...
Constantine, Robyn and Night Outfit. I want to see Robyn and Night Outfit. I want to get a proper decent...
I mean, I was given some... I did wear a bit of chainmail for our last Camlan live episode, and that was quite fun. Great. Sisters or Lesbians is fun. I also enjoy is it a twink or the haircut, twink or lesbian? And that is a fantastic one. There's a barber who's shout out on socials who I enjoy watching that. Do you have a favourite spoon?
Of course I do.
Of course she has a favourite spoon. Neurodivergent, you have a favourite spoon?
I'm peer reviewed. I'm not diagnosed neurodivergent, but I'm heavily peer reviewed. Yes, I have a favourite spoon. Make your own conclusions.
If you started collecting spoons, I wouldn't even blink. I'd just be like, honey, do you need me to build you something so you can display your spoons?
Yes.
Because you would clearly have
Why would I
favourite
collect
ones.
spoons if I'm not using the spoons? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Some
as a
people
thing.
collect things.
I know, but I've never quite got that.
If our house had one extra room, what unhinged thing goes in it? Gym. Soda.
I want an
Gym.
egg chair.
Gym. Oh,
I want a hanging egg chair.
A hanging egg chair. You see, The Sims gave me a lifelong love of egg chairs, but hanging egg chair. Although I like the idea that there's nothing else in the room. There's just an egg chair hanging, spinning slowly, like a
I'm
Bond
also really
villain.
enjoying the idea of just a room that's filled with potatoes at this point.
Potato rum. No, you see, I know we just joke, and I am imagining just actually potatoes all picked, but just like a potato growing space, where it's just a greenhouse room of potatoes.
A greenhouse full of potatoes.
Greenhouse full of potatoes.
We are now going to need to start growing potatoes.
We're going to need merch, which is just, I'm one potato short of a greenhouse.
Oh God, yes, that's great. And also, hanging egg chairs are genuinely the best thing. Like they're just
Well done, Leaky. Hanging egg chair is something a baby trans person would sit in. Absolutely, they would.
but they are just absolutely glorious.
Oh, question in the chat. Opinion on dark romance genre.
Oh, it depends, because I think some of it is excellent and some of it falls into some of the effectively almost sitting in the atmospheric horror kind of genre, and there are sort of a lot of interesting areas there. A lot of dark horror is abusive relationships romanticized, and
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna
We're not touching that with a barge
I'm not going to
pole.
pad that in the slightest. I find it really, really irresponsible and dangerous that I think a lot of those books don't know where the line is there and don't really know where to define the line between, for example, like kink content and actually dangerous practice. And that frustrates me. Like, I'm not saying that all literature needs to be responsible for itself, but I am saying that if you're doing something which is, like I say, if you're going to try and romanticize a toxic or damaging or abusive relationship, there needs to be some authorial understanding of what story you're trying to tell and what message you're trying to send. And I don't think that certain dark romance books and certainly some aspects of that genre don't handle that in a way that I consider to be enjoyable.
But it isn't to say, that there is a lot of kink that go, and, it would sort of trigger warning here, but when we're talking about kind of, there's nothing wrong if you have a kink in that way for certain relationships. It's just knowing the difference and making sure that you are not romanticising certain things in certain ways. I don't think we should touch that with barge pole.
I've grown up on AO3, for the love of fuck. My God, there's a lot of random shit on there.
I think we're going to need to start a counter. Maybe not a swear jar, but we could start a swear counter.
I mean, you're all welcome to try. You'll run out of numbers eventually.
We'll run out of numbers before you run out of swear words.
Archive of Our Own, M&M's. It's a fan fiction archive site.
Archive of Our Own.
And I've been in fan fiction and fandom spaces for years, which does kind of mean that there's all sorts of fiction going on in there, and that's consequently there's like I'm not asking that all pieces of literature have a degree of relevant responsibility for everything that it's doing, but I do think that when we're looking at genre fiction as a whole, one of the critiques of the genre is how it tends to treat things that are that can be damaging to certain readers who aren't necessarily reading with as much of a critical lens.
Yeah.
Here's my take.
I've got a very silly one, which
Okay.
is, what's one thing I do that makes you question my survival instincts? So many things.
Yeah.
I long to pet so many things.
You're a menace. You'll eat dodgy things in the fridge, which I'm like,
yeah.
You don't know how long that's been there. I don't know how long that's been there. Why,
It doesn't have active mould.
Don't ingest it.
But I don't like wasting food.
You want to pet all of the fucking trash animals.
I love all trash animals.
You're also very distractible, which means there are sometimes when I'm like, I don't know how you don't fall into things more, which is ironic coming from me because I genuinely just
high dexterity. I can be very dexterous, so I don't walk into things because my body responds.
One day you're going to fail a dex saving throw.
Oh, I have failed them. Don't worry. That's how I get injured. Is that it's essentially I will just walk into things, but then my body reacts before my brain does.
You worry me.
I know. I worry most people. Although I question your survival instincts a fair amount.
I have no idea how I've made it this
You
long.
have respectfully. Yes.
I genuinely, it's statistically implausible. Also, a swear basement is delightful. I love that.
Okay, yeah, I'm just making a note
We
of
should
that.
get a trash panda remote.
I would make, to be honest, team, if you want me to make the trash animals, I would make them. Do we think that they should have...
swimming pool. I'm really enjoying us continuing to get larger and larger, like, base levels for how much we're putting in here.
But let me know, do we want to give the trash animals, like, different... Do we want to give them, like, rainbow flags on them? Like, we've got the rainbow potatoes or anything else? Was Ash from people hilarious? That's absolutely fine. People keep... We started this in entire thing by saying, who do people think we look like? Yeah. And it's an odd one because I've been told certain things at certain times. Like I say, the most polite one, Leonardo DiCaprio was a lovely one that I was like, yeah, you can continue to call me that one from a young age. But then occasionally people say, oh, you look like this person or that person. I sometimes see it. But I don't know if I recognise myself. That's yesterday's stream talking about body dysmorphia and dysphoria, recognising yourself in the mirror. Trash animal emotes, swear, space, rocket, Muppet. Oh, yeah. Okay. What I really like about that, I know you mean the Muppets like the Muppets, but you like Muppet as a word to describe people?
I do. I often call people Muppets.
You do. Although Poppets and Darlings, you have a theory about the world that everyone is. It's an excellent one.
But it's just like I can't remember how this happened, but there is a general theory that I tend to subscribe to, which is the world can be split into Poppets and Darlings, and it's very much a can I quantify it? Can I fuck? But it is nevertheless true that Robyn is a Poppet and I'm a Darling, and I think if you look at the people who you love, you'll be able to go, I don't know why I know it, but for some reason, everyone I've then ever spoken to, when I've sort of used this as a dichotomy, have gone, oh, that does actually somehow fit. There is something different in the energy or the vibe that ends up splitting into two camps and going, yep, Poppets and Darlings. I don't know why. It's really
Are you a
silly.
Poppet? Are you a Darling?
And are you a Poppet or are you a Darling?
Like, for example, I'm a Poppet, you're a Darling.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So I'm just checking in with chat here. It's so nice. And also, welcome new people. It's always lovely to see you. We are answering questions from chat. It's welcome to see you all. Have we played Still Wakes the... No, what is it? Also, hi, welcome.
First time, Nico. Rump steak, Floof. Where are you and why am I not eating a kilogram of rump steak?
Oh, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, we want some trans flag emotes. 100%. I'll add them. I will add this all to my list.
Oh.
It gives me something to do on the train in the morning. Absolutely, MJ. Oh, I'm so sorry. We should make a possum. Yes. Please, chat. Tell me, what is your favourite trash animal? Because this is important to me. Like, for me personally,
I don't understand the appeal of trash animals.
I do love a raccoon. A red panda for me is a spiritual trash animal. It's not an actual trash animal, but it has the vibe. It has the vibe.
This is one of those types of vibe-related things where I'm going, I don't.
Although
the
next question I've got is if I were an animal, if you were, what would you realistically be? Like, there's a whole thing of saying, I'd like to be a red panda or things. What would you realistically be?
I'd be a cat. You'd be a fox. Done.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not quite that vicious. I think I might. While I would like in my soul to be a fox, I'm fairly certain I am just some form of golden retriever.
Yeah.
Favourite trash animal? Hilarious, Macca. Hilarious. Love wolves, fair enough. It's one of those insults. Yeah, you're Muppet. I do enjoy Muppet. It's a great one.
That's the thing. Like, calling somebody a Muppet is a very specific one. Calling somebody a fucking Muppet is one of those things where, yep, absolutely been there, done that. It's great.
A raccoon with my little hands. Absolutely, Ash. Still wakes the deep. Oh, that sounds interesting, Leaky. Thank you so much.
Great. Yes.
Penguins, they're the gayest animals. Love it. Stink bug. Fair enough. Insects do not receive enough love. One of our friends, what's the name of the insect person? Entomologist. One of our friends is an entomologist, and so much love. So much love. What's something small I do that makes you happy?
I mean, many things. Like, I'm genuinely here going, there are so many small, big, medium things that I could name here. Like, I love the fact that one of the first things you do when you see you in the morning is you smile. And there's a particular smile when you first wake up that is one of the loveliest things in this universe, and it's beautiful. Like, there's also little like life things, like the fact that I don't think you ever get up without asking, is there anything I want while you're up, kind of thing. And it's this constant telegraphing of the fact that I'm in the edge of your awareness in a way that's really beautiful and really wonderful, and is a privilege to be anywhere around. I married really, really well.
Thank you. That is genuinely adorable. Thank you so much.
Look, team, I really can't tell you.
Okay, I've got nothing.
Absolutely married
the
extremely
things
well.
You make me smile. I really like holding your hands. Your hands have always been places of safety for me, and just kind of sort of I love that sort of. Because you have slightly larger hands than
I have
some people.
enormous hands.
And you always make me feel safe when you hold my hands. I always love. I actually really love it when you offer to read emails or things that I've written, because I know that words are your thing, and the fact that you offer your opinions and your advice, and you're so free with like support, I really, really appreciate that. And just sort of, I also, I love the way you smile, and I love what I think I said to you earlier. I really like what it does to your eyes, because when you smile they sort of twinkle, and I know you've not always been happy about having brown eyes, but they're, for me, you know, we said earlier I would get lost in a forest, I get lost in woods. Yes, it's part of why I love your eyes. Sorry, this hasn't always been, by the way, the cutesy, this has been an absolutely cute and insane stream, but thank you everyone. Really appreciate that. Yeah. Also, I really like you donut. That's brilliant. Team, what is your favourite swear word that isn't a swear word? Sorry, this is fun because I like Muppet. I like you donut. I like
dingbat.
Dingbat's a good one. If I was swearing, you
Muppet is probably my most used one.
I like adding the word waffle after swearing is always fun. You absolute. I mean, all I can think of is gazeboed now. So yes, clip, but the clip isn't long enough. Oh, that's all right. Numpty's a good one. I enjoy that.
Great, yes.
Sponsorship for Wars, fantastic.
Absolute Spanner is fantastic.
Absolute Spanner.
Absolute
that's
Numpty
great.
Is one of those ones I'm just like, yes, that's fabulous.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Spanner is great. Thank you. Soggy Biscuit, fair enough. They have a cat called Fifi. We do have a cat called Fifi, who will probably be around at some point.
And
she'll be hungry.
Exists in emoji form at this point, so emoji form, sorry. I'll get the terminology right one day.
What's my funniest red flag on the opposite end of the spectrum?
Oh, God.
My funny, what's the worst thing I do?
I mean, occasionally you come out with some batshit things.
My brain.
Occasionally I think it's just you have the attention span of a goldfish occasionally. And I mean that very, very lovingly.
I do.
But honestly, I am incredibly time sensitive and you're incredibly time blind. And so one of the things that really gets me is I always used to, particularly, I've done a lot of work to deconstruct some of my views around this, but I always used to read anybody who was late for anything as being incredibly, profoundly disrespectful. And that's a really difficult thing for me. And that would be therefore a little bit of a red flag for me, for people.
It is right. So someone just asked, why are you gay? And I think that's interesting because why aren't you? But no, also,
don't feed the trolls.
No, I'm not really feeding. It's more that it's neither of us would identify. I mean, I would say I'm queer because I'm also attracted to men. I think that sexuality is a complex one. Yeah. I'm not feeding the trolls here. I'm more just sort of think... Fair. Partly because I've said before, I really want people to be able to ask imperfect questions. And I fully appreciate that that was probably not a good faith question. However, I do want to reassure people, especially if you're newer to viewing, if you've got a question for us and you're thinking, I'm not sure I can word this perfectly, I'm a little bit worried about it, maybe you have got a question about sexuality, or I'm non-binary, hi, if you have questions about that, please don't feel, as long as you ask it in good faith and respectfully, then that's absolutely fine. We will do our best to answer those questions. If you are ever at any point disrespectful to anyone else in chat, that is when you will get banned, because we want to create a space that's genuinely safe, and when you create a safe space, it's not enough just to say, this is a safe space. You have to actively make sure it's safe, and part of that is safeguarding it. 100%. There's a reason that's there.
Yeah, no. And this is
you absolute tool. Yeah.
And the thing is, we're not. If you are unsure about how to phrase something and you're worried about it, if I try and phrase this and I get it wrong, or what if I get banned, etc., you can always preface it with this may not be perfectly worded. That thing is allowed. The more honest you are with us, the better we can actually gauge these things, because unfortunately the internet is full of a lot of people who, may not be dexterous with how they say things and are doing it to try and provoke a reaction. That's also...
I mean, thank you. No, I appreciate that, team. And like I say, Leaky is an amazing moderator, and I know, and so all our mods are great.
The mods,
it's not something that we trust our mods and we trust people. It's one of those ones where I know that when we're looking at a format like this, and when you're looking at a stream, it is going to appeal to certain people who want attention and who want to get a reaction. And these are often people who, for whatever reason in their lives, aren't able to. And that is a deeply pitiful thing in many ways, but I'm not going to go into the psychology of trolling.
No.
But it is going to.
Oh, we're definitely feeding the trolls potatoes.
Feed the trolls potatoes.
You haven't missed any drama.
No, you haven't missed drama.
It's just we're still new to Twitch streaming, so we're still kind of figuring out about how we manage how we moderate, how we manage expectations on things like 100%. Streams, particularly given that we are talking about a lot of topics which can be considered quite controversial or can be difficult to talk about. So that's good. It's not particularly dramatic over here.
It's not an
we're trying to be quite transparent also with, I think, you guys as a community, because again, we're still building this, and something which we've had on other platforms for socials as well is that we do kind of want to make sure that we're trying to cultivate as much of a safe environment as possible for people to chat, for people to ask questions they may not be able to ask anywhere, because we are talking about things that are very
a lot of what we're
way.
trying to do here is we're trying to destigmatize taboo topics, things that people don't feel like. We're talking periods, we're talking endometriosis, we're talking about transness, we're talking about craziness, we're talking about, and we mean, you know, we say we might use those words that might seem a bit irreverent, maybe they're not words you apply to you.
I genuinely introduce myself as resident crazy lady on a regular basis.
It's one of those things that part of the way we do that is by reaching out to people who are feeling uncertain, because it's all of this stuff, when people get into those deep dark holes of the internet, that's a pipeline. People often don't start in a place where they're just going to go and troll, unless they're, you know, a child or something like that. I get it, but like a lot of the time, these people who have very extreme views, and if those views are quite bigoted, they don't start there. Either it starts at home, or it starts in a place where they just are, they want to ask questions and they don't have a space to. So part of what we're trying to do here is say, look, I get it, maybe you have things that you feel are genuine questions and you want to ask those questions, but you don't have a space to, because maybe you've never met a queer person, maybe you're living somewhere where that's not okay.
When I was younger, and particularly up to the age of about 16 when I first met Robyn, actually, I genuinely don't think I'd met, if I'd met any, I didn't really know about it, and I didn't have any frame of reference for it. Like, it was a very new thing for me, and it's not like I was living in the back end of fucking nowhere. This was in the UK.
Yeah.
It was just, it wasn't something that was really discussed. But it wasn't something that
we
anybody
grew up under
was
Section
about.
28.
Exactly. This wasn't like a lot of what it meant to be queer. It's a very different world that we're currently operating in. But there's also I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of people from a lot of different countries and backgrounds and religious backgrounds, where these things are genuinely new topics for a lot of people and are difficult to have conversations about. So you kind of have to be careful with it.
Hi, first time chatters. 100%. Like, if you do have questions and you're there going, okay, this, for example, you know, if something is illegal in your country, or if something, like you said, you've never met someone, why would you know the correct terminology? Like, there is so much on the internet that is people wanting to take that moral high ground. Now, you know,
also, I used to work in content moderation for a site a few years back, which was particularly on a site that specifically dealt with a lot of controversial and difficult conversations. And that's quite an important thing, because it's a really difficult thing to manage. Content moderation internationally across global sites on the internet is a big, complicated type of procedure. It's actually very, very interesting. If you end up looking into it in more detail at any point, it's a genuinely fascinating area of the world, because there are so many things that are almost impossible to put hard and fast rules in for legislating. My favourite is to do with, for example, female nudity, where the standards of that are very
so
different
complicated
culturally, and actually the act of choosing in one way or another ends up being a pseudo-political stance to take, which means you can't ever be neutral. That's fascinating. I find that absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, 100%. Why did the two of us start using Twitch? So
give me 2 seconds. I'm going to be back in a second.
You're going to be back in a second. So I'll answer the one about Twitch though myself, which is just to be honest, part of the reason we did is because there is more about moderation, content, the ability to moderate chat, to be able to support people, stuff like that. We were chatting to someone from Twitch who also said would be interested, and so then I reached out to our followers. So if you follow me on socials or follow us on socials, I mean, like I say, I never set out to go, and I'm an actor, that's what I do, and I never set out to be a social media person, but then suddenly this happened. So I have a fair following. I'm not sure, I have no idea what's good. People are like, oh, this is great, except I'm like, I have no frame of reference for this. But people who do kind of follow us in those places, we wanted to be able to connect out, and we thought Twitch might be a nice place for that to be. And yeah, also just to shout out, like I say, we know that there are lots of things in this world that people don't feel comfortable talking about. And unfortunately, when it gets there and when it gets to shame, it's just damaging. It often these things become internalized, and people who are kind of saying these things and people who are needing to be banned today, like often these people are coming from a place of either want to get attention because they're somebody who desperately needs that in their life, or they're coming from a genuine sort of radicalized place where they might have had this fed to them from birth. This might be what they genuinely believe, and they might not have deconstructed. I know, sorry, it's because you moved away and we moved into the deep, but like we are not, look, we're not professional deprogrammers or deconstructors. We are literally just here for people who maybe you have actual questions, or maybe you want to know these things, because we'd love to answer. We'd love to welcome people into this space where if you're struggling with something, we can maybe help. And I'm so grateful to all of the amazing people on other social media platforms who do send me messages, and I love hearing from people when they say, this helped me realise this, or I was able to have a conversation with somebody about this. So thank you so much.
Of why you started on TikTok, and actually why I joined as well, is I very much, and I think the thing that convinced me to start joining you on TikTok, so I've always been really social media leery, and you'll notice on streaming on a long-term basis that I step out of social media intermittently for my mental health, etc., and just to get space. But one of the reasons I joined was because I realised that I'd never seen many success stories of people who particularly were as unwell as I was mental health-wise and then recovered. And I was sort of going, there's a real dearth of positive stories of recovery from complex conditions and of life after the crisis and of what life looks like in the long run, assuming that things don't... There isn't the and then happily ever after thing, which I think it doesn't matter how old you get, there's a part of you that always wishes for a happily ever after, and I'm kind of going, I'm kind of in my happily ever after, and that's not simple, and it's not easy.
And happily ever after doesn't mean it ends.
Yeah, it keeps going. The story keeps going, and that's
it's
a really beautiful thing.
How do you live? And something I really love about Em is also how you articulate the experience, because you are so articulate and you are able to put words. And I know people will joke about sort of saying, "Oh yeah, oh, welcome. Thank you. It's lovely to see you, Scram." It's talking about these things and giving words to an experience that a lot of people might have experienced but not be able to talk about. I mean, we're also really fortunate. We work with Bipolar UK. I've worked in the past with Gender Intelligence with some charities. Yeah. Really, we are genuinely trying to help. I know that sounds... It's one of those things where it can sound a little bit woo-woo and things, oh, you're trying to help. No, we are, because I wish I had this kind of content. I wish I'd had a streamer who was there saying, you know, oh yeah, this is what this chestminder does, or this is why I feel I'm non-binary and why this label doesn't work. Or I'd love to have a streamer who could sit there and say, yes, I am in a romantic relationship, the love of my life has mental health issues, and it's not something that we're going to hide or cover up or something. We say, yeah, we struggle with our mental health, and that is... But that's okay. Like, there is a life. There are things you can do. There are things that you can do to look after yourself as a carer. There are things you can do as someone who has got complex mental health illnesses. And we're not lepers of society.
Yeah, I'm never going to not be crazy, but I still also have a functional and fabulous life. Like, that's, again, a really important thing. This is what I mean by people who are living after the crisis. Is I don't stop being crazy once the crisis ends. I'm just not in crisis anymore. I'm still bloody crazy. Yeah. And I'm still queer, and I'm still navigating what that means socially, and I've still got a whole load of other fun, fancy things to be able to deal with. And it's just nice to be able to talk about it, I think, and introduce it to people who may not have a frame of reference for it, particularly for stigmatised topics. Yeah. And particularly in a world where, from the trans community, there's currently a lot of hate going around about this. I mean, all of my neurodivergent friends, I'm very aware of the fact that there's so much misinformation and bullshit that goes on. And for people with severe and complex mental health issues like the bipolar end of the spectrum and schizophrenia and access 1 disorders, it's still, people respond to it with fear. Yeah. And I'm going, this isn't intended to be a scary thing. This is...
What the fuck? This is weird. Yes. Congratulations, you are correct.
Anyway, let's get on
to some sillier questions.
Yeah, so this was intended to be a light-hearted stream.
Yeah, this was going to be a light one. Deep. I think we can go light and deep. Yeah. That's all possible. Let's have a little look at questions. So we're answering a couple of questions. Let's see how we go.
Dedicated streams for things like sexuality and stuff like that. So we'll talk about those in more detail, because I saw somebody asking earlier, I think it was Lily.
Would you rather have permanent hiccups or make me have permanent hiccups?
I cannot deal with permanent hiccups. Hard no. I love you, but I don't love you that much.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh god. Hiccups drive me completely fucking feral.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've got some questions here, but they are mean. They're not fun mean.
And why are they?
I mean, there's also, you know, if I turned into a worm tomorrow, would you still love me?
Yes, of course I'd still love you. Worm. You'd be a very small little worm, and you'd be very cute.
And it's the...
Crisps or chocolate? Always crisps for me.
Chocolate. This is the way we exist in a relationship. Again, I'm celiac. I have sort of limited options, team. So yeah, questions. And if you have...
Oh, music stream would be fun.
Music stream would be fun.
I mean, I have to admit, I never really looked after any aspects of TikTok. I never looked at any aspects of TikTok, which means I missed all the things, like, for example, when Wellerman happened.
Yeah, and that'd be your vibe.
That's my shit. I love that. It's shanties and working songs and being able to build up harmonies. Like, I love doing harmony work and shit like that. That's
you're good at that too.
It's one of those things I am pretty good at. Favourite flavour of crisps? Ooh, prawn cocktail. That took me a second, but then I suddenly remembered that prawn cocktail exists. I'm like, that's not even a question for me. Why am I hesitating?
I really like
And we would all still love
vinegar.
you. See, everyone would love you if you were a worm.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate
You'd be a cute
that.
little worm.
You'd make me a little environment. Yeah. This is cute.
It's funny because I missed all of the sea shanty talk for all of it, and then Robyn just started sending me all of the videos that they found on TikTok. It's great.
Yeah, salt and vinegar is genuinely, I think, it's a strong
salt
answer.
Salt and vinegar is great.
I love salt and vinegar. I'm wrong. Sweet chili. Sweet chili.
Yeah.
I love sweet chili crisps. They are, oh my gosh, I could just eat a whole bag, one of those sharer bags. Yeah. I'm sorry, I love this question. How many ducks could you fight before you tapped out? How many ducks do you think you could take on?
Depends on the size of duck.
Like just a standard mallard that you'd found. Team, let a number in the chat. How many ducks could you personally fight before you had to tap out?
One
I would
at a
like to
time
know.
or in a group?
Good question. No.
If it's one at a time, then I'd be able to get up to probably about 6. If they're in a group, if they're cornering me, then I can do up to 3.
Oh, don't worry. We do listen to the Longest Johns. I think in your Spotify rap, you were one of their top fans.
I'm in the top 0.1%.
Well, maybe 12. At least 12.
Like, I didn't even know Spotify did that level of granulation, but apparently they do. Like, that was, I think, 2024 that I was top 0.1.
I mean, I got to say as well, I don't want to fight the ducks. I wouldn't want to fight them. I'd pet them. I just would. I love ducks.
And also agreed on falconry in terms of there are so many caveats for how ethical falconry can work and how it looks after animals involved with that.
Yeah.
Also, 666. I mean, I appreciate the devil number of ducks, Floof, but there is no way you're going to be able to defeat. I don't know. I've never seen you, and I don't know you that well. But there is no way in fuck you'll be defeating over 600 ducks.
I fully support you fought a pet duck before. I'm concerned about that. Was the duck? Are you okay?
And thank you to my other people who can't fight animals. Yes,
also,
I can't.
Mandarin ducks. If you don't know what a mandarin duck is, go Google it right now because I love mandarin ducks. They are my absolute favourite. And if you've never seen a mandarin duck, 100% sure you're British. They just know. They just know we're British.
Can I please hide behind Nothbean and then take the aftermath?
No, you can't just like harvest the ducks.
I mean, I feel like we get a good system.
Up to 3 in a group. This is fair enough. If our Wi-Fi went down, would you still want to talk to me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically what we're doing now. Except with extra Wi-Fi. If I was a sound effect, what sound effect would I be? Brilliant. I enjoy this. No, if you've never, if it's Twitch front page, you're 100% sure. I still love that. I'm like, yeah, obviously. If you're a character from a book or movie or series, what would you choose?
Oh, good.
Yes, also the Wilhelm scream. Fantastic. Oh, that one fox screech that they use in every single episode of Jonathan Creek.
Streaming the Worm Life. Adventures of the Worm Robyn.
Streaming the Worm Robyn.
Sorry.
Streaming the Worm Robyn. I would. What's your worm life?
Oh my good sweet God.
Okay, yeah. What character would you be if you could be any character? Again, chat answer these questions too, please, because that would be sick.
There are so many
options. I would like to. I don't know if it counts. I want to be the X-Men. I have graphic novels. I want to be Spider-Man, but that doesn't count from the series.
Books.
What would you want to be? Because the problem is, a lot of the ones I'd like to have Susan Stohelitz's powers. I would like that, the power of casually death. Yeah, Mandarin ducks are adorable. Thank you, Eggs. You get it. If you've never seen a Mandarin duck, they exist in real life. And honestly, when I saw them, I was like, that is the closest thing we can get to Pokemon. If you've never watched them. You'd like to be an Artemis Fowl? Great choice. Being a fairy in Artemis Fowl would be good fun.
Holly Short was one of my absolute life goals when I was a kid.
Holly Short is a life goal.
Yeah, she's great.
No, don't worry, we do understand Dark Kirby. Just picturing, there we go. Oh my god, it just streaming the worm life.
Absolutely.
It'd be fantastic. You've heard Fifi. Katniss Everdeen, Eragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would like to be a dragon riding elf. That would be
Eragon
sick.
was so good and the film was so bad.
Yeah, we don't talk about the film. Much like the original Avatar The Last Airbender film, we don't talk about it. It doesn't exist.
Several minutes of stunned silence.
Just doesn't exist.
Nope.
Oh god, it's a terrible film.
Have we heard Fifi tonight? I thought she'd been unconscious.
No,
somewhere.
Fifi has been. I mean, we can try and go and locate her. I know where she is, but I feel mean waking her up.
Yeah, no, she's going to be unconscious.
She'll be unconscious somewhere because that is her preferred state of being. What do you think I'm afraid of but don't say? That's a bit deep.
I think I know what you're afraid of at this point.
It's not clowns.
No.
I am a clown. I don't fear my own kind.
No. I don't. Like I said, I don't think there'd be any particularly major surprises in terms of what.
No, what am I frightened of?
Yeah.
You know what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
I know. You know my room 101. I probably know yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it clowns for you guys? Who's frightened of clowns? I just know that that's a very common fear. Mrs. Peel from The Avengers.
Yes, I have heard of it, but I've not listened to it. So I need to have a look at that because I have heard of them.
The Dark. I love out of context just The Dark. Room 101. Room 101 refers to it is 1984, which is when they put you in a room with the thing you fear most in order to convince you to betray those you love, so you are loyal to the party.
Yes.
Because I actually have read 1984, which is not really a flex. Please maybe read it. Also, clowns have to say save their faces on eggs. If you didn't know this, please, this is a delightful thing. So clowns, in order to make sure two clowns can't have the same face painting. So there is you have to trademark your clown makeup and you put it on an egg, and that's I'm obsessed with that. See Robyn as Oliver Twist. I do give Victorian Child. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, they really, really do. They give little lost urchin child.
Little, please, sir, can I have some more? Yeah. Just stay in my really annoying Victorian. This just sounds like every single urchin. I know you hate this voice. This is just every urchin that you meet in Skyrim. It's, hello, sir, how you doing?
This is the downsides of marrying a voice artist.
Downsides of marrying a voice actor is I can just go into random voice. I can just stick to an Irish accent
also,
now if you prefer.
My feeling for all the Spiders haters, I can't be doing with
Yes,
spiders.
you're not. Oh my God. So
shit out of me.
It's specific.
I got trapped in my house at one point for the better part of a week because of spiders. I had to call a friend with a broom to come and help.
A friend with a broom.
Because there was some basically we used to live in a little detached house, sorry, like what they call terraced. There we go. Where it had little awnings over the top of. It was just specifically it was built with little awnings in between, like over the door, and like a set of spiders took up residence in that little awning thing, which meant I had to walk underneath them to leave the house. And effectively, I got trapped in the fucking house. I couldn't leave. I was so scared of walking under these fucking spiders.
Oh, wait, Leaky, that is such a fun fact. I really, really enjoy that. Also, I should allow people to change my accent for a percentage of bits. That should be something that should be able to be done. So we're going to stick in Irish for a little bit. If I texted you come outside at 3 a.m. with no context, would you come?
No.
If I texted you at 3 a.m. and I said come outside, would you not come?
Absent any context, absolutely not.
Oh my God.
You've been told to send that.
I would 100. I mean, I would just go out if you said come outside. I would.
Yeah, I know, because
not.
I don't leave the house as often.
No,
which
I
means
understand.
That if I've asked you to go outside at 3 a.m., I probably have a reason. Whereas you go outside the entire time, and if you've been kidnapped, someone really somebody say come outside at 3 in the fucking morning, I'd be like, somebody's got Robyn's phone, because you'd give me context, or you'd answer my next follow-up going, what's the context?
Oh my God, I love that so much. If I faked my death, how long until you
and
noticed
no,
the
Scram,
acting?
I would
no,
not survive
fine.
any. I would not. It
No.
would go poorly.
If I started barking at your friends, would you explain? Would you explain me or join me? If I just randomly started barking,
I'd leave you to it.
You'd leave me to it. You'd assume I was happy. That's fine.
I see no reason to disturb you if you're happy.
If I'm happy. No, Peaky Blinders is... I've not actually seen Peaky Blinders. I mean, I could swap to a General London for a little bit of time, but I think Peaky Blinders... Is Peaky Blinders Birmingham? I feel like that's a very specific kind of... Or is that sort of whereabouts? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We'll go to London for a little bit of time.
Oh, do we have to?
No, you want me to go out of London? Okay, chat. What accent we doing next?
I have preferences within your accents.
You do have preferences.
Oh, it's Brummy for Peaky.
Brummy, yeah, it is Brummy. I can just say Birmingham. I really can't do it. Australian accent, all right, we're sticking to an Australian for a little while. Would you still hold my hand if my fingers turned into tiny crab claws?
Sorry, I was so taken aback by...
You were taken aback by the accent. Yeah.
Would I still hold your hand if you were crab? Yes, of course I would. It's still your hand. As long as you don't snap my fucking fingers off.
Australia, sorry, I'm trying to stick to an Australian accent. No, I mean, if I had tiny, crab claw hands, I probably wouldn't, if they were tiny crabs on the ends of my fingers, or if it was, giant crab,
I'd assume
hands.
you still had the ability to not snip my fingers off. As long as that remains realistically true, I'm happy to deal with it. If you're going to maim me, then that's a different question.
No, that's reasonable.
Sorry, the accent is very jarring.
The accent is jarring. I'm confusing everybody.
I'm not good at change.
Thank you very much. If I go to...
I will give them full
accent.
fucking credit. They're very good at accents.
Thank
Every time Robyn is in another accent, my brain genuinely takes twice as long to process what I'm hearing, because I'm going, it's Robyn, but it's not Robyn. I've got the uncanny valley problem of what the fuck is currently talking through my wife's voice.
I mean, someone's just said a northern accent. I think Seymour just sort of mean a broad Yorkshire, but lots of planets have a north. There are lots of northern accents, and I mean, I'm just going with whatever I can copy from Jodie Whittaker, so this becomes quite a specific Huddersfield accent, but I couldn't do I can't hold a northern accent as much. Geordie, all I can say is Toblerone roller combo. Book recommendations. We've done a few of those, which is a little bit of fun. You could do that every morning and just destroy productivity. Oh, I absolutely could.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in an ad break, by the way, so welcome subscribers to the secret time.
Yeah, if Robyn's doing an Irish accent, then I am formally distracted.
I can distract her by just doing an Irish accent. I really enjoy that. So for anyone who doesn't know, the reason I'm sort of hopping between these accents, I am a voice actor. That is something I do. And specifically this week, I'm recording an audiobook this week. And one of the things that you have to do for an audiobook is you got to be everyone in it. And if it's an audiobook that has loads and loads of characters, it's just really difficult. So I'll go back to my own for this, because I'm trying to actually think about what I'm saying, is that so if you're recording some audiobooks, they are loads of different people and you have a full cast, especially if it's like a big Austen or something. I do think the recent Harry Potter ones, they had loads of big cast. You'll have someone narrating, hello, welcome new followers, or you will have people like being specific characters and roles, whereas most of the time it's just Muggins here. Again, I don't think I've ever said that before. Muggins here. It's just, it's just one person sat with a microphone like this reading a book, and you will read the book beforehand, or at least you should read the book beforehand. Voice actors, you know who you are. You'll read it beforehand, and you've got to make notes of all these different characters. You've got to think they've all got to have different voices. Now, I've voiced things in like imaginary places and stuff like that, and there hasn't been, and you're going, okay, if this is an ancient, I think I did voice something in ancient Pompeii, and I'm like, what would they sound like? It's essentially, you've got to find what is considered neutral in your accent, and then you've got to realise, okay, what is this character coded as? So if the character is often coded as working class, we have associations in England especially about what working class accents sound like, whereas if the character is posh, you're generally sort of given the heightened RP sort of accent in order to make them sound as posh as possible, because that's what we all, generally I think actually this would just be considered a posh accent. Like, this is a completely heightened, there is not, well, is this heightened, or is this sort of, this is quite specific. I mean, I could take it to very specific. I can take it to sort of 1950s, which is a lot of fun.
You were sort of heading towards.
I really enjoy sort of 1950s RP. But anyway, let's move on. Favourite Doctor Who? 10.
Yeah, I'm a David Tennant fan. I was a big David Tennant fangirl back in the day. Still sort of am. But Doctor Who, I absolutely loved, and I was also a significant Torchwood fan. Like, that was my first. Yeah, you were big Torchwood. I was there in Torchwood during the main peak of it, and I adored it. It was my favourite, and if I'm going for my favourite, Torchwood Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is absolutely outstanding. And Countryside scars you for life. It's brilliant.
Yeah, Countryside. You decided to warm me and torture with the Countryside of all the bloody episodes.
It's such a good episode.
I can't do a Welsh accent. The thing is, I can make Welsh sound. I could sort of, or I can say, it's where are my lesbians from Pride? You see, I'm gay. I know. I can sort of do so when it comes to accents and things like that. There will be hook phrases people can do, and there's also a difference between improvising an accent and then doing an accent. So, for example, I can just sit in like a general American accent. This is something that as an actor, you're going to have to be able to do. Hello, welcome.
Saying goodbye, Scram.
Oh, goodbye, Scram.
We'll see you again soon,
Scram is scramming. Sorry. So like if I'm just slipping into like,
name.
It is a great name. Like a US accent, this is what they call like a general American, which is what American actors are taught to do, because there are like
Tom
American
Baker's
accents.
So good. Sorry, I appreciate you you're enjoying your accents.
I'm
also just getting really into Doctor Who now, because we're talking Doctor Who, and I'm very happy.
Am I in the green shirt? Not a girl, but thank you. And was I in Twilight? No, but I could. Oh my God, I would have enjoyed being, and I would have. Who? Okay, shout out here. If we were in Twilight, who would we play? Who would you want to play in Twilight? You had to be someone in Twilight.
So not appearing in this film.
You wouldn't want to be in Twilight at all?
I don't know. I feel like I'd be a terrible cast for most of Twilight.
No, what's her name? Victoria.
Oh, yeah, okay. Crazy Feral Ginger, that does
Crazy Feral Ginger.
Yeah, cool. I
think I think the obvious cast for me is Alice, but I think I could also play, I don't know. Who could I play? That random wolf. Well, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to, mainly because the wolves should really be played by Indigenous Americans. And then the rest of the people, I don't know.
Also, before I forget, Leaky, is Eric Singer supernatural? Am I remembering that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at
Tom Baker was your first. We love that for you.
Oh, Tom Baker's gorgeous.
Tom Baker's great. And I have been in...
I'm so jealous. It's so cool.
I will say I have been in
Robyn
Doctor
is
Who
the
audios.
coolest human being.
So yeah, again, I play Calypso Jones, who is a non-binary companion of the Sixth Doctor, occasionally in some things. Crazy Feral Ginger, fantastic bio. Yeah, 100%. This is my wife, a crazy feral ginger.
Yep.
And I appreciate you for all that you
Lizard
are.
woman from the dawn of time, and this is my wife. Lives.
Yeah, I'm a lizard woman from the dawn of time, and this is my wife. And that's the only time. So in terms of how do I misgender myself, if it's funny.
Yeah.
What's your gender? Whatever's funniest for the bit is always good.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm also very impressed by anybody who can do accents, because I can't to save my godforsaken life. Like this.
Your accent's pretty stuck.
It's completely static. It does not move. It doesn't even do the thing that most normal people do of like mirroring, where if you're in company with other people for long enough, people's accents sort of start to normalise. Mine just doesn't. Oh, thank
Phineas
you, Leaky.
and Verb. Dialect coach. Oh, yes,
Ooh.
yeah. So I enjoy, and again, this is something people. If you're an actor, any actors watching this, hello. By the way, hello, new people. I'm Robyn. This is Em. And we're just doing a cute couple stream. We stream about lots of stuff. We talk about mental health issues. We try and talk about the taboo topics, but in a way that people feel able to ask questions about.
Oh, I've seen some of his videos.
Yes. So if you are an actor watching this, what will often happen is you'll have on your spotlight, which again, if anyone's interested in acting, I can do an acting stream at some point, but it'll say what kind of accents you're comfortable doing, and then you'll get an email from your agent going, this is this, and it wants this accent, and that accent will not be in your comfortable to-do list. I was auditioning, I got through quite far the rounds actually for something that needed a Mancunian accent, and I said I was like, I can't do a Manchester accent. And then they'll sort of say, oh, it's for this thing. And then you're like, I can do a Manchester accent. I will now just kind of make it wider and go up north and then find it. That's not a Mancunian accent. But I got a script to prepare. And so then you go and you find people like that online and you're just desperately typing examples of Manchester accent.
The Italian was also very funny.
Yeah,
the Italian time, because it was just you were doing it for an audiobook. It was fantastic, but watching you learning to do
learn Italian accent.
That was a long couple of weeks. Again, very, very lovingly, but when you've got somebody in the house who's constantly talking in different accents, it's a little bit of a head fuck.
Oh no, I had to do this for Something Spectacular. That is the name of the book, Something Spectacular. I'm going to say now, it's an 18 plus. It is an 18 plus for the exact reason that you are currently thinking, Robyn, why is it 18 plus? Yes, it is a spicy book. It's fantastic. It's very queer. It's got non-binary leads. Essentially, people ask for my voice when they need knights, like noble knights, and queer people, and a lot of queer knights. Also nerds. I play nerds and knights and nerdy knights. So, Something Spectacular has an Italian character in it, and I did have to learn, and I'm not gonna, it's Italian. You start with the it's a me, Mario. You start in a very silly sort of place, and then you take it down to something that sounds a little more something like this. I can't really do it. I haven't done it for ages. That was more general European.
It's also hard to improv in those.
It's very hard if you
I have
improvise.
So much respect for people who are able to do accents, and yes, you can't be British and not have seen Wallace and Gromit.
Oh,
Wallace and Gromit's great.
Cheese. Oh, what's your favourite type of cheese? This is a good question. Sorry, anyone in chat, what is your favourite kind of cheese?
I'm just not a cheese
You're just not a cheese
person.
fan. I'm so sorry.
If I'm going to have
Hello,
cheese, it's going to be
Forest Black
cheese.
Cat.
It's going to be a pretty significant cheddar, but that's as far as we're going for that. Nerds and Knights and Nerdy Nights is my favourite phrase of the day. You did very well with that.
Nerds and Knights and Nerdy Nights. Cheese and crackers, cheese and too many options. Extra sharp. No, cheddar. Cheddar is a good option.
Yeah, it would need to be extra sharp though. I'm with you for that.
Yeah, you're extra mature.
Yeah. But I don't like a lot of cheese.
I do like a Gouda or I like hard cheeses. Our friends and I are big on cheese, so it's one of those things.
Oh, we need to update our goal apparently.
Oh my goodness, thank you. That is incredible. Yeah. I have a question. Which song reminds you of me?
Oh, a lot of them just because
Because you're a big music person, so I'm going to hand over that because now I have to remind me of what I'm doing.
I'm going to end up looking at Spotify going, what reminds me of you? And there's going to be like 48,000 of them. I have to admit, the Sale Feeling Good mashup actually does remind me of you. And I'm
feeling good.
Specifically the Sale as well.
But then the thing is, we'll say Sale, and it's I just think of, if you haven't seen the cat video of the cat jumping off and just Sale, it's
iconic.
Oh, start new goal. Fantastic. What have we got? Fantastic. Get us. Love that.
We're
Thank
still
you very
learning
much,
how to
everybody.
use all this.
Yeah, we're still learning.
New, by the way, this is our 5th stream. We've been doing this for a week, so we're still figuring this out.
Who has more of a forehead?
Me. I have a 5 head.
I love your head.
And a couple of spares.
I mean, I've got a widow's peak. This is the thing. I do have a widow's peak. It's not receding. I mean, it's one of those things that. If my brother's anything to look at, if I did go on T, I feel like my brother's got a good head of hair and he's older than me, which would be fine. But yeah, I've got a widow's peak and I've also got sort of these natural little baby blondes. Whereas
you've got really thick hair. Whereas
I
I'm
have a lot of hair.
My hairline starts further back.
I'm bringing sexy back, and all them boys don't know how to act. Take it to the chorus. Thank you, everyone. That was just an internal thought that became external.
If anyone needed to know why I married them, it's that.
Oh, thank you, Az. We love you. And yes, no, I do have a lot of hair. This is one of those weird ones is, if I ever go and get a haircut, it looks like a guinea pig has died for me because I just have several guinea pigs. It's just, each individual strand is pretty fine, but then this just adds up. And as we worked out earlier this week, I have the same hair as a certain character, which is Shrek, Prince Charming.
Yes,
I don't have the same hair as Shrek. That would be impressive, but I have the same hair as Prince Charming from Shrek. And,
whereas I have all of my Eastern European genes are there, where I have incredibly thin, incredibly fine hair. So it's getting my hair as long as it currently is has been a a long-term mission.
You're all making this goal. So you know what? I'm going to set the goal. I'm going. This is insane. I am going to set this. We are going to set and see if we can do. I'm going to set a 250 goal and see when we can hit that, because that is high. I'm not sure, but it's all good. So we're going to see how we go. Thank you so much. And yeah, 1,500. Welcome. At least it's not
team.
donkey. True. Welcome. So we have got another sort of 10 minutes or so left to stream. We might run over a little bit. We can run over a little bit.
Life's short and you're all lovely. So, and I'm just kind of enjoying vibing. Like, this is a very new thing.
Yeah, we're vibing. We're doing it well.
I mean, they are definitely
so
charming. Like, you are charming.
Or it's I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss. Yes. Actually, we could do that quite well. We could do Giselle. Thank you, Otter. That's incredibly kind. But yes, if you wanted, we could do quite a cute. Oh, what fictional couple do we remind you of? So in chat, this is because I know we've had sort of the couple from The Mummy, which we could do a good cosplay of.
Oh my god! If in my life I could ever be compared to Rachel Weisz, and I've officially
Rachel
won at life.
Weisz.
What a woman!
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, just a moment for Rachel Weisz.
Enchanted is wonderful.
Enchanted is good, but yeah, the couple. I think we could also Jack and Rose.
Yeah,
we could do a good Jack and Rose.
Good old Titanic.
Or we could. I suppose we could also do a Harley and Ivy cosplay.
I mean, that would be great fun.
I would like to do. The thing is, there are lots of versions of Harley.
Errol and Eric, yes.
Sorry,
Little Mermaid was always my favourite film as a child. Like, I was a singer with ginger hair. Like, of course, I loved that.
I mean, I could also. The thing is, we're talking
Aragon
accents.
and Legolas.
Aragon. We could. Although the irony being, I'm not sure who would play who. Remus and Tonks somehow. Thank you, North Bean. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Remus and Tonks, but also both. The thing about Remus and Tonks is, I feel like I am both Remus and Tonks, and I'm not going to be able to explain that. What was the other one I was thinking of just then? If I was talking Harley Quinn, the most annoying accent in the world is if you go for the original, like, Brooklyn Harley. You hate this voice so much.
Robyn to cosplay as that on a long-term basis, I will find
I think if I did a Harley cosplay, though, you would be quite... Because Harley is... most of Harley's outfits are quite cute.
I mean, yeah. And to be fair, I would love the Ivy, because I'm like...
You would be such a good Poison Ivy.
Like, I love wearing corsetry as well, which means some properly good corsetry and all the rest of it would be... Oh, that would be fun.
Wisconsin, I can't do Wisconsin. Although, when I see Wisconsin, I very specifically think of Danny Phantom, and I think of Vlad from Danny Phantom, and that ages me. Rapunzel and Flynn from Tangled, I agree, but consider... Cassandra and Rapunzel, which is what we probably are.
Animated series, it is shockingly good, particularly musically. It has no right.
Okay, cosplay redeems. I hear that. If we get 1,000 subs for a cosplay redeem, that would be good.
Sure.
I mean, we accidentally cosplay as Rick and Evie occasionally anyway. But yeah, that would be absolutely great.
Yeah.
This is
why
great.
not? That'd be fun.
I mean, we could also probably do a Crowley and Aziraphale. Although I'm not sure which is which.
Yes. I mean,
again, not sure which is which on that one.
I think I'm Crowley to Aziraphale. You're way too fucking wholesome for that shit.
But in terms of who we'd cosplay as, because you would look super cute, and it's like I would kind of wear. I could do the whole little glasses, especially the kind of way that they were done on there. Michael Sheen. We enjoy.
And David Tennant.
Thank you.
Lots of options there, but we should definitely chat about that.
We should chat about that. Alistair. Fair enough. I mean,
Doctor and Rose, I love that. That's really cute.
We could. Or to be honest, we'd do a Doctor and Donna.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Donna.
Oh, Dr. Donna.
Or we could do you do the entire scene. Doctor.
God, that was my favourite scene in the world. I loved that.
It's such a great scene.
Brilliant.
I would reenact that entire scene. But to be honest, they have some of the best chemistry.
Incredible chemistry.
The thing is, Alice, you've not watched Has Been, but I think you would have enjoyed Alistair as a character when we were about 16.
Yeah.
He would have been your kind of, he is a bit of a Tumblr sexy man. We all love a Tumblr sexy man.
I'm always a fan of a Tumblr sexy man, and I'm currently watching Supernatural, so I'm discovering after the fact the entire Supernatural fandom.
We're discovering Supernatural now in this good old era of 2026.
I have to admit, the real fun is like looking at fandoms after they've mostly died, and then looking at basically the decimated carnage of what used to be, and I'm like, I'm so glad I wasn't here when all of this was on fire. Can
we do a poll of
Ariel and
Prince would be coming. Yeah, Ariel and Eric would be adorable. Let us know. Can we do a poll? I don't know if we can do a poll. Also, we're on a hype train. Enjoy the hype train.
Yeah,
poll in chat of who are the people you would most like us to cosplay. And yeah, best description of Alistair is a Tumblr sexy man. But also the thing I love about Has Been though is how good it's similar to the Tangled series. Is it has no right being that many amazing singers. Like the level of music production.
Yeah.
Again, I know it can be divisive to people, etc., things like that. I do enjoy the songs partly because they scratch a little itch in my brain. There are certain styles of song that I'm like, this is very good. And I was working out earlier to something.
And if we're going to do a poll, we're going to have to work out what's on the poll.
Yeah, we have to work out what's on the poll.
Because I'm not entirely sure.
I think the choices...
Also, Supernatural is... Supernatural I'm currently at around season 11, so I don't know what I think of the last bits yet, but I have strong opinions on which are the better and worst series. It's actually, certainly, I would 100% say watch at least the first 5-6 series.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the first 5. Arguable on 6-7. I think that's when it's. I can go into this for a while, but I think it's worth watching.
And thank you, by the way. If to remind someone of your OCs is genuinely, I would genuinely thank you. I know how much that means to people, and that is amazing. Also, hear me out. Cyclops Jean Grey, a classic. Probably not something people know as well, but especially with this current hair. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is probably really uninteresting, but I did have an undercut for quite a while. Yes, I'm that one on Sex Education with the undercut. But then I took the plunge and decided in my 30s now, I've got to have a slightly different haircut because I had the same thing for like a decade.
I prefer this.
Are you like it's better?
Yeah, I do.
I do miss my undercut on occasion.
I really, really like this.
I mean,
I
also...
want to see it dyed a little bit though, because I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, dyeing it. But the thing is, I'm really tempted to bleach it all blonde. Yes, we are very much married and have been
married for 7 years. Nearly.
Coming up to 7 years.
Yes.
Anniversary.
Yes.
Our anniversary is in September, and I'm very excited about it. But yes, I'm debating, as always, bleaching my hair. A Swedish accent, I feel it will just offend the people of Sweden. There are some accents.
I have, by the way, discovered the band is great.
So yeah. Should I bleach my hair? What do we think?
That'd be fun.
Let me know.
At some point.
Should I get it all... Then I bleach my eyebrows as well. If any of you, this is niche, did have seen me in Moonhaven, I did have bleached eyebrows in that. Oh my God. I love that. That emoji is bringing me so much joy. That ostrich. Look at that.
Also, we're definitely going to overrun because I'm enjoying
We're definitely overrun. We're having fun
and
today.
And also, Peanut's only been around.
Peanut's only just joined
until later, so I feel like if nothing else, for
Peanut, I enjoy the ostrich so much. And yeah, team, just in case anyone's brand new as well, welcome. It is lovely to see. I create, so the emotes that you can see here in the chat, those are ones
them.
I did.
Robyn can do visual art and they're awesome. It's really cool.
And yes, also for some reason, we ended up on our very first stream, we started talking about potatoes, and now instead of points on this chat, we have potatoes. And we have potatoes with varying pride flags. So if there are other emotes you want to see, today we've already had requests for trash animals. This is all good. So yeah, we also we'll see how we go. But it has...
I know, multi-talented. Robyn is so fucking talented. It's unreal. It's really quite depressing at points.
I just like... I have various hobbies in the same way a lot of people with my particular brain has.
But you're just awesome. It's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I pick up on a few different things. But if we want visual art and stuff like that... Also, team, what kind of things do subscribers normally get? I know people are talking about private Discord and stuff like that. That's not something we're in a place to set up right now. Although we are like, we're thinking about other different bits and pieces. But we're kind of taking this one step at a time. What is it? Evil brain monkey emote. Yes. No. Oh, bless you. You're moving into a new flat. That is so exciting, Northmeet. I hope that goes well.
Yeah.
Do a drawing stream. I could do a drawing stream. I fear it will probably be a little bit boring and probably a bit messy, but I tend to draw. I could give it a go because I would need to boot Photoshop back up because currently I'm using a Procreate clone on a tablet. You get it to avoid God. I'm so sorry about the ads. Like I say, a big thing for us is accessibility. We really want it to be the case that anyone can watch this regardless of whether or not they're subscribed, because we really like to be able to get information to the people. But in order to do this for the kind of length of time that we are doing it, that is when we're starting to go, okay, financially we need to make sure that we're able to cover our bases. So thank you. We've just hit 400 followers. Thank you, everybody. Shit. Fantastic. Robyn, what flavour of neurodivergent are you? Guess, my children. Guess. Not diagnosed, but on a waiting list for however long. And I thank you, Zazzy. I appreciate it. It's one that I've had to sort of... I'm really bad at asking for payment for things that I do often because I, especially with things... Well, I have an agent as an actor because they get to do all the difficult questions. Also, if you have acting questions, also fair to do that. Both Em and I, you were a child actor as well and are in the acting industry, and now I'm doing that stuff.
I often forget that I was a child
actor.
were.
You were in various fantastic things.
I mean, I did
episode of The Bill.
I did the Cops and Docs thing.
You did Cops and Docs? I did Docs.
And yes, Shooter. I did Cops and Docs, which was basically the standard thing for UK actors in sort of the noughties and tens was everyone was on the cop shows and the doc shows, one of the above. Like for me it was the Bill and Doctors.
Hello Silverstorm, it's nice to see you.
Hey Silverstorm.
So if you've got any questions about that, but no, it's I've been making all this content on social media, and if you maybe follow me in other places, super exciting, it's lovely to see you. But if you are following there, you'll see I've been making this stuff. I just wanted to start, and this is why we sort of started, is creating the kind of content I wish I'd had when I was a teenager. Because despite my face, I am not a teenager. And welcome new followers.
Yeah, you've just been time stuck.
Time stuck. So this is the kind of content we're making, content about queerness, about mental health,
The art
about
of being absolutely mad.
the art of being madness. Can I have £5? Can I?
Yeah.
No, alas.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
In this economy.
In this economy. So yes, that's why, but we would love to be able to devote more time to stuff like this, and part of the way that we are able to do that is through subscriptions, subscribing to this, but we really want to make it worth your while. So if there are things that you want, like things like emotes, stuff like that, let us know. It would be fantastic for us to be able to do that. Also,
I really just read, by the way, Bizarre Peanut going, what flavour of neurodivergent are you? And I then saw Peanut and I was like, I really enjoy peanut flavoured neurodivergent.
Peanut flavoured neurodivergent. Lots of people are allergic to me and frightened. And I'm better when I'm salty. Fantastic. No, I understand. Yeah, what flavour of neurodivergence? Guess is always my favourite answer. And yeah, we've fallen down slightly on viewers, but it's still lovely to see you guys, and it is lovely to be here, because now we are what's favourite pastime? That's a great question. I am a gym goer. I'm not sure it's my favourite pastime, but I find it very comforting to, despite appearances, I've been lifting weights for over 10 years, but it's something that's very consistent for me. I also love baking. I mean, I would say acting. Acting is my favourite pastime. I do it professionally, but that feels like a cheat. But I do love to bake, and I love baking. I'm going to be baking my brownies this week. Any true followers who have been with us have seen the brownie saga. I do make brownies. What about you? What's your favourite pastime? Writing.
So I love writing in all its forms. I've done hybrid poetry, review, I've done some review work, and I also, I like novel writing, and also fan fiction writing, but I love novel writing, and a
legendary fanfic writer.
One day I'm going to be able to get actual, publishers involved,
and you will.
Books.
This is 100%. So Emma's a writer, and also shout out manifest it. You set it out into the world now. Any agents following this who are looking for a fantastic writer, we've got that. Ask for the recipe again. I've done an entire TikTok about, if anyone wants to go deep diving on my TikTok, it was a while ago now, but I did an entire breakdown on how to make those brownies. But it's just the BBC best ever brownie recipe. Fantastic. And cooking and painting called Coddle and Canvas. Love that.
Oh, that's glorious.
I love that. Well, it would need to be, because a lot of cooking is just waiting for things to cool and set and do stuff like that.
I mean, we absolutely can and should do a stream around roasts as well, because that would
yeah, well, we should do a Christmassy one. Harley and Ivy is getting the most currently by a landslide. And do a Twitch of making the brownies. I probably could.
I'm also then going to eat them live. And the batter.
I'm just going to basically sit in the corner like a feral
goblin eating.
Well, if I can work out how to make Twitch work, 100%. Follow along. The thing is, I'm going to be making them, I think, on Thursday. So if you get a random notification of Robyn Holdaway's gone live on Thursday, it's because I'm just like, hey guys, do you want to come make some brownies with me? They are absolutely delicious, but that would be fun. So yeah, maybe we'll do a little bit of that. But like I say, that would require me getting Twitch on my phone and working out how to do that. Okay, we're asking the real questions here. Best type of cooked nuts: salted, roasted. I would suggest honey roasted cashews, or honey
cashews are great.
Honey roasted cashews.
I also just love salted pistachios. They're great.
Salted pistachios, strong. But this is good. Let's have a look. How are we doing?
Do enjoy this. Really is. We have lost a lot of people. We have got the truers remaining.
You are the true views.
The true views.
True views, and we appreciate that.
You guys are awesome.
And like I say, we're currently running over time. We said we sort of go till 9, but it's nice to see you, and that's
it's
fantastic.
Just, you guys are all amazing, and this is a really beautiful community. And I'm really grateful for you guys being here. This is really cool.
I definitely think if we hit 1,000 subscribers, you're getting a Harley and Ivy cosplay. 1,000 subscribers is going to be that.
What we also probably can and should do is some of the makeup for that as well.
Oh yeah. So the makeup that I've got on now, by the way, part of the reason someone asked earlier, is it smeared now? Yeah, it does.
It's just it prints a little bit over time. It's one of those things I need to get some stuff.
Not been, you need to save your money, but yes, the makeup you can see on now, that's all Em. She's a fantastic makeup artist. I won't burn my brownies. I hope I don't burn the brownies. But part of the reason I'm making them is because when I work at places, especially studios, so I'm in studio recording all week, I tend to like to bring some baked goods for the team, because they are so lovely. I want to shout out to Strathmore Publishing team. I doubt any of them are watching this, but they are brilliant and I adore them. They are just a lovely group of people. So yes, peanuts. How do you suggest peanuts when you are the peanut? The peanut is different from peanut though.
Yeah.
One food or meal for the rest. We have done that question. It's a good question. We've said steak, and I'm somewhere between either dal bhat, which is dal, rice and various kind of condiments, or pizza, because from the sublime to the ridiculous, both are amazing. Oh yeah, no, 100%. I shout out to. I try to. I mean, partly it's how I get asked back on jobs, and those brownies they have been. I did bring them when I was on Sex Education, and I did bring them when I did Doctor Who. So multiple doctors from Doctor Who have tried them.
They're so fucking good.
They were made. So the story of the brownies, how they got made, is I was
I really can't
doing a
overstate
tour
this.
of
Like, I've had lots of
Macbeth.
people who have had brownies and have made brownies, and I've made brownies, and I really can't overstate the fact that these are the best godforsaken fucking brownies in the entire world.
I will go into the brownie story in a moment, but yes, I do voice some video games. So I am Lane, the Lawkeeper in Eternal Strands. I'm also part of a little Skyrim mod that I've done. I'm also so I'm sound. So there's what's it called? There's another. If you go on my IMDb, there's a few. There's a one that I'm sort of various. To Batcave. Various like sounds and noises. So I've had lots of recording sessions of me going, all of those, which is fun. So yeah, I make brownies for people. Yes, they are so good. And yeah, me as the doctor just walking around. I don't think brownies work as well as Jelly Babies, mainly because they really would melt, and these ones should be
Full Metal Emma, mate. I want it.
Oh man, I Full Metal Alchemist is fantastic, but I did watch that one episode and then I stopped, and I haven't brought myself back to it. I also need to. I've seen first season My Hero Academia. I need to bring it back.
Silverstone, one day.
One day I will buy. Yeah, I have genuinely debated in my life, if I wasn't an actor, having my own gluten-free baking business, because I love baking.
Yeah, and
it's really fun.
They're a really outstanding baker.
Condensed milk fudge. You understand. Condensed milk fudge is the easiest thing. Harley and Ivy won by a landslide.
Yeah.
It's if you ever need to make something quick, easy for a lot of people, that is egg-free, condensed milk chocolate fudge. Perfect stuff.
I also love chocolate truffles. Are also tremendously fun. I really enjoy experimenting with flavors for chocolate truffles. Is the one thing, like, I'm not a baker by any stretch of the imagination.
You can bake.
I can-ish, but I'm not a baker. It does not spark joy. There's a little bit too much chemistry in there. I'm laissez-faire cook, let's put it that way, which I think is the most politest way to say I'm completely fucking unhinged in a kitchen, and most of my recipes are a bastardly mix of like vibes and optimism.
Yeah, when we do that final cooking stream, you will just see Em going, how much should I put in?
However much as your soul dictates.
As much as you vibe with.
Yeah, and it's very much, I love flavour, and I love being able to dictate things on flavour. So like chocolate truffles are one of those things where if you know how to do a basic truffle base, then it's actually really fun to be able to start modifying it.
Yeah.
So I do a good line in chili chocolates, which is a self-derived recipe. Raspberry chocolate. My Christmas
salted caramel. You do a vegan salted caramel.
I do a vegan
really
salted
good.
caramel, which is great fun. And all of these things are just shit.
And
that
we
I've
do them.
invented,
And we do them.
just 'cause
This
it's
is so for our friends every year. We have our friendmas. We talked about that before. And we make chocolate truffles for our friends. This was something that began because broke students and now broke adults. We just like doing those homemade Christmas gifts for people. It's just a nice way of reminding people you
wedding
care.
favors as well.
Yeah, we did. Wedding favors were homemade chili jam and homemade lemon curd.
Yes,
that was our wedding favours.
I also do a good line in lemon curd.
You do excellent lemon curd. Who's my favorite? Oh, my favorite My Hero Academia. Just Deku. I do like Deku. Yeah, we should. I should watch. I mean, to be honest, we've shit doing an anime stream.
I'm not a big animation or anime fan.
No,
I've never got into it. It was just one of the things which skipped me when I was younger, and I never got into it.
I would suggest I'm a cartoon fan more generally. So it's
really
not specifically anime, because I don't watch that much. I want to watch more, but actually just cartoons generally. I grew up through the eras of Saturday morning cartoons at some of their peaks. So original TMNT. And then all the Butch Hartman stuff, so Fairly Odd Parents into Danny Phantom, but also Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, all of the sort of Avatar, The Last Airbender, all of this stuff. Like I've developed a real love for the cartoons as a medium. It's why I'm in the animation Duck and Frog, but again, that's unvoiced, and that's me doing a lot of which just I won't lie, some of them I do just steal from Hollow Knight. I like a lot of those sounds.
Also, Ottopyre, I absolutely love that. Imagine a drunk windmill in an Italian bistro as a cooking style.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
Yes, that is pretty much what you're getting.
Yeah. Like, I really understand on a spiritual level. I think particularly cooks and bakers do end up splitting themselves off, where a lot of bakers are very precise and very technical.
Nerds.
Or at the very least understand the chemistry enough to know what they're doing with modifications. And then there are the people who understand what they're doing on an intuitive soul-based level, and most of it after that is probably not sensible to print. Like, people have asked me for recipes for things, and I'm like,
I love your recipes.
my recipes, when I write them, I do genuinely write them with you need to do a little bit of what your soul dictates. And there are certain cooks that absolutely understand it. Like, I have a very good friend who I've given a couple of recipes to, where I'm just going, hey, you understand the fact that when I say shake them until they're ready, you will know what that means. And if you cut things at a jaunty angle, you will know what that means too. Good night, Steph, by the way.
Good night.
Also, Peanut, I actually had to look up with those, and yes, I'm going to have a bit of a listen to them.
Also, no, I really enjoy someone who said a little Danny Phantom. It has been a cosplay that I have debated doing, but I always debate doing it. But then part of me is like, I did, because I dyed my hair black for absolutely ages. It's actually my natural hair colour, because I keep debating what colour I should dye it next, and I haven't pinned anything down yet. If I do bleach it blonde, I promise I will do the full Danny Phantom cosplay rather than Danny Fenton. But Fenton's easy, because Fenton's just like a white shirt with a red thing on it. Thank you. I could. The thing is, when I have very short hair, and I did have it not quite bald, but I was not quite shaved, very, very short hair. I won't lie to you, team. I looked a bit ill when that happened. People looked at me, and I looked a bit peaky. It doesn't quite suit me.
Just they have quite strong cheekbones, so it ends up looking a little bit like drawn.
Especially if depending on where I'm at with eating. Again, previous. If you're interested in any of our mental health streams, everything's on our channel. We did do one about eating disorders and disordered eating yesterday. So if depending how eating's going, yes, I also bald can be a bit of a thing. And yes, I auditioned for the role of Would You Like a Brownie. Haven't quite done that exactly, but I have done a hi team, it's lovely to see you, welcome to the makeup trailer, would you like a brownie? And yeah, it's how I want to be asked back.
I think we're all up to date with that.
We're up to date. Fairy powers, etc. I do have fairy powers. Yes, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
All of this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I have heard Robyn do that so many times. It's actually absurd.
Fenton. Yeah, it does make me think of that too.
You should start. You should slick back your hair and like.
So I can. Well, if it's slicked back, it does look quite nice. And it's the thing is, with this amount of hair, I did it. I had a show where I had to do it all slicked back, and you have to do it with Brill cream.
Yeah.
And it just because we were doing the show, like I just ended up living in perpetual Brill cream. It can look quite good. It looks good with that wet look, but then I never know how to maintain it. I think we should do voiceover for Potatoes for M's remaining sanity.
I have remaining sanity.
I mean, she has got some. Yeah, you've still you earn it back occasionally, but like stamina, you then spend it.
Yeah, I do.
And if you go into negative sanity, that's when you get a debuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've talked about is interesting talking about dealing with mental health as though they're debuffs. Again, you're talking to an ex-World of Warcraft player, so thinking about it as like having these little squares underneath your name is you can do things, but now everything is 5 times harder, or you were slower because you have traumatic memory, or you have chronic health migraine, like these chronic health conditions just being debuffs on your character. And sometimes I think it kind of helps, because it's not that necessarily your capacity might have changed, or your stamina bar is now half the length because you have been hit by a difficult day.
Yes.
Spike and Buffy.
You've been hit by insomnia, Buff. Good luck.
You've been hit by insomnia, Jesus. Alternatively, it will be the case of you get extra stamina now, but you really pay for it.
Oh, insomnia is a nightmare. And yes, brain design to bring up random memories. Also, I was just like, come on now. Oh, cursed chronic migraine. Yeah. Oh my God. Migraines are. I started about those couple of years ago, and good sweet God, what I did discover, however, is beta blockers are great. They weren't
beta blockers, beta blockers for migraines. Sorry, I got very distracted by someone saying thank you. The Baldur's Gate team, they are absolutely lovely, and I do know quite a few. Like it, Josh Witchard, shout out to Josh, because he's one of the Tab voices. He's a wonderful voice actor. Tracy she was my voice teacher at GSA. She's one of the characters.
Thank you,
Peanut. That's amazing.
My God, I think we might actually end up hitting 250 at the end of the week.
That would be absolutely insane.
You guys are absolutely incredible.
There's also Jen. I'm forgetting Jen English. So Jen was something people may not know again about little things about voice actors is a lot of voice actors end up doing sort of technician work as well, because we want to kind of keep going. And Jen was my technician on some audiobooks before Baldur's Gate came out. And she's absolutely lovely. Like, if anyone's ever thinking, are these people as nice as they seem? Yes, absolute delight. The whole team are really lovely. Also, I want to shout out to Tobias Weatherburn, who is another voice actor. He works with me on Camland, but he also does a lot of games. He does Warhammer and stuff like that. So he is also on Twitch. I know he's not streaming right this moment, or he might be. I don't even know. But yes. Go check
and yes,
him out.
Robyn is not secretly a pirate. Robyn is absolutely a pirate. I actually styled this makeup off Killian Jones in Once Upon a Time, particularly the season 2 makeup for it. I also would love to be a pirate queen. That's
You are a pirate queen.
I'd love to be a pirate queen.
You are the pirate
so
queen.
I've done this kind of outfit with this skirt with a corset before, and it's very, very pirate queen-esque.
I'm not sure we'll go to your turn simply because I will
need a nap.
I will need a nap. I'm very tired. I'm having one of those tired days where
you can imagine this with a corset is very, very pirate vibes. It's great.
If I was Patrick and Em was SpongeBob, hilarious choices. Shout out, does that have pockets? Yes.
Yeah, it does.
That skirt has pockets.
Sorry,
it's a
if
pocket
you guys
Russian
have seen me
petticoats.
again on other places, like I do a lot of like 50s style dresses and skirts, and these ones are with pockets, and it's great because we love pockets.
Killian Jones, but that's very...
I'll show off some of the dresses on another stream at some point because they're so much fun and they have pockets. And
They
also
are great.
the place that I go for these dresses is a local place in Cambridge. It has a couple of other offshoots called Pocket Watches and Petticoats, and it's honestly, it was the first shop that I ever went into where I tried on things and went, oh God, this is actually right for me and my body type. Like it's a thing of beauty and a joy forever. Like it's a wonderful shop. I really love the experience of going in there. Wearing petticoats is also just tremendously fun. Like I'm not wearing them right now because it's hot, but being in proper petticoated skirts was a fantastic experience. And yes, everyone deserves pockets.
Everyone deserves pockets.
Every skirt deserves pockets. Every dress deserves pockets.
Killian Jones, I have joked before that I accidentally often dress like the child of Killian Jones and Emma Swan, Hope or whatever. And it's the...
Night,
but that's a very...
Robyn.
Night. I think I might... I'm probably going to go. But yeah, the accidental leather trousers.
Half past?
We'll say we'll go to 12:30 team. So we've got another 12 minutes. If you've got any other questions or things that you want to let us know, please feel free to. And yeah, no, Killian Jones, very much he's sort of doing one of the... But he's actually Irish, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
The actor. So it sort of ends up being... But he's doing a strange...
I love Killian Jones.
But the accents in Once Upon a Time are inexplicable.
Yeah,
like,
great.
Once Upon a Time, where are you from? Are you from England? Are you from America? Are you randomly from Ireland, Scotland? Why? It's all fine. Anyone got any alternatives? Word shouted.
It depends on the context because there are fair...
Bellowed.
Decent good of those. Bellowed, yelled, cried.
Cried.
In the cried out
I mean, you
sense.
could go for the original. If you read the original Sherlock Holmes stories, you will see that Watson ejaculates a lot. Now, I want to point out here, you can... Yes, that has fallen out of style now, but it's the, what? Watson ejaculate? And you go, oh, yes, that's what that word means.
I have to say, if I'm really struggling with alternative words, by the way, I really enjoy just plugging it into synonym sites and antonym sites because it's really nice to be able to get a range of different types of connective words that just give you a little bit more variety. It's
synonyms and antonyms, antithetical. 15 subs, 10 minutes left of stream. Oh, you guys try. Robert Carlyle, an absolute legend. Oh my God. If anyone looking up fantastic actors, Robert Carlyle. Have we watched Black Sails? I haven't.
We need to.
I think it's Peter Ocko. Is it Peter? Because Peter was the one he was the showrunner for Moonhaven. So I did meet Peter and he is absolutely lovely. I keep saying this about people, but to be honest...
You keep meeting people and they're always lovely.
They're always lovely. Well, they're nice.
If you're a lovely person, you're going to attract lovely people.
Well, it's also just because it's like... In the acting industry, there's often this idea of stars and things like that. But if you're being a dick to people, you're really not going to work again. There are 3 rules in acting: be on time, know your lines, and don't be a dick. You can probably get away with doing 2 of those things. Like if you're on time and you know your lines and you're not that nice a person, people are like, okay, they're doing it. And if you're on time and you are a lovely person, but your lines are a little bit iffy, maybe. And if you're a lovely person, you know all your lines, but you're struggling with timekeeping, again, people may understand more. But if you are a dick to work with, acting is, especially film acting, is long hours, team. The car will pick you up at like 5-6 a.m. depending on how long you're going to be in makeup. Makeup have been there earlier than you. You will then be on set for however long. You might be doing night shoots. You are doing the crew. Oh my gosh, shout out to any film crew out there. If you're watching film crew, sending love to you. It is an incredibly long day. And if you are being a dick, if you're being a little starlet, you do this, etc. No, they won't work with you again.
General life advice is don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. And remember everyone's, as many names as you can.
It's also, I think, a lot of things are, I think everyone forgets sometimes that no matter how senior a person is, they're still a person.
Yeah.
And there's often, I think, a lot of hierarchical systems, and I would say this is across the board.
Oh, thank you, Az.
Thank
you. You are incredibly kind. Thank you so much.
It's always that case. If it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing, people are just people, and most of them don't know what they're doing either, and are also as nervous. As you're an absolute delight,
what
by
a
the way.
legend.
This is your sweetheart.
Thank you. And
believe we're on
smashing some goals.
235.
We are absolutely.
240, I
This
think,
is
sorry.
insane. This is absolutely insane.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to rephrase.
Guys,
We did have a
you're
question.
all
Any
mad.
advice on getting into the acting
adore you.
industry? I've done a few TikToks on this.
Yeah, I think that's a separate stream.
Yeah, it's a separate stream. I will say my general thing is train and make sure you train somewhere reputable for you, somewhere that is going to be able to help you in the industry. You're going to need an agent and you're going to need marketing materials, and that's your show reel, your headshot, your spotlight.
Yeah.
Like getting into the acting industry, the idea of how to kind of become a professional actor, it's not easy, but it is quite simple. How you then get jobs and stuff like that, that's a lot harder, but that is probably a whole other stream. So let us know if you want to do if we want to do an acting stream. We absolutely can.
Also, remembering names is always a pain in the arse for
So
I
bad
understand
at
on a
names.
spiritual level. One of the best tips that I've ever had that actually works, because there's an actual neurochemical reason this does work in the sense of it's forming certain pathways, is to, when you're introduced to somebody, repeat their name back to them. Like, it's one of those things which sounds really trite, but it does actually help you form a causative connection between the verbal stimulus and the internal stimulus of what the name means. So yeah, really, really useful tip for life. And yeah, you should definitely do an acting stream. I can also, I can actually join you for some of it as well, just because, like I say, I was a child actor and I was a professional actor when I was in my teenage years. And it's just a bit of a, it's a complicated industry, and it's also why I left it, because I didn't. That did not.
It's also
joy anymore.
it's changed a lot.
has.
The whole industry is really changed a lot in the past. Oh my god, Peanut, you're being incredible. I don't know how to do this bar. I don't know what the appropriate reaction is this, but everyone's just been amazing.
Yeah.
And team, we've got 7 minutes left. If you've got any other silly questions, are also fine. If you were, if you're an animal. Oh, what's your favourite animal? Have I asked you just favourite animal yet?
Cat.
Cat.
Done.
Just cat generally, or big cat, small cat? What kind of cat?
All cats. I love cats. Big cats, small cats, some as big as
I
your head.
do.
Like, I used to have a Maine Coon that was basically the same weight as Robyn presently is, and he was a puppy.
Oh my god!
Silver Storm!
Ah! Thank you. 250. That is absolutely mad. Thank you very much, everyone.
Oh my
That's
God, you
insane.
sweethearts.
Okay, well, thank you so much. That's amazing. I'm going to need to get on that emotes chat because that is amazing.
Yeah, we need emotes and celebrations.
Let us know. Celebrate. We need to work out things we can give you guys because we are so grateful. I mean,
really are.
I hope you're enjoying the stream is the only thing we can say. But yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, tall girl. What? It's an odd question. Is tall girls liking tall men but short men and women? I don't know.
I'm going to tell you, I think a lot of the short and tall thing often ends up being very internet, because I'm not going to lie, in real life I've not really met much of that. There are some people who absolutely are, but honestly, that's a problem with people as opposed to any type of generalizations of
honestly, it's this whole idea of, and it's, look, I'll be honest with you, look, I'm non-binary, I have a lot of trans men friends who are shorter, and they're not having problems. Like, it's so much more about who you are than what you look like, and I know that sounds really, like, okay, look, we're both talking here as people who, I've never dated anyone else in my life, and I feel very, very fortunate.
I have.
Yes, but it's because you're beautiful, and I mean, of course you have. Like, yeah, but it's more that, like...
all the potatoes, thank you.
All the potatoes. Hey, Beck, how you doing? Give us things. You're giving the amazing treat. That's fair enough. Like I say, I'm always overwhelmed by generosity.
This is also a community where you guys are all contributing
you
into
are
this
the community.
environment. Like, we wouldn't be able to do this kind of stream where we're chatting to you guys if there wasn't... we weren't being given such wonderful things to be able to bounce off and talk to and with. So it's very much this is a community thing, and something that we also want to be able to do. We love you guys. We want to be able to give you the things that you enjoy and you love, and the potatoes, etc.
We love.
We do need to get an actual trans potato. That was something which I saw as well.
Yeah, I know. I need to do a trans potato. Yeah. I will.
But this is all this thing. Like, we love you, and if you guys are happy, then we're also happy. And this is the vibes are impeccable. That's kind of what we're going for.
Yeah, look at girlfriend taller than me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I say, like I think that a lot of this stuff, and this is so much stuff, it exists on the internet. Something I've genuinely said to people, and when they come and they say, "Oh, this is happening," I say, "Has an adult ever said that to you in real life?" It's one of my favourite phrases. Has an adult ever said that to you in real life? Because so much of this is either, look, a full respect, we both work with kids, they're absolutely amazing,
Ace
young
potato,
people are brilliant.
yes,
oh my gosh, thank you,
Muffins,
that's amazing.
sweetheart.
Ace potato, yes. We're just getting loads of trans potatoes. But yeah, the thing that I'm saying here is that so much of this stuff is just people being stupid online. Like, when you go into the real world,
I'm also not gonna lie, most of the really tall guys I've met have been bullied like fuck for most of their lives. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, most of the really tall guys to me I've ever encountered have had a seriously bad time of their lives. I'm like, I feel like they're getting unfairly sideswiped in a load of all
Yeah,
of this.
leaky. Please,
yeah.
it can be, you know what, it looks painful. Oh my God, growing pains.
Growing pains
So
alone, like I had a very good friend who's 6'5", and grew quite a bit of that
but
in a
it's
very short period of
so
time.
easy to think that life is, it's easy to look and think grass is greener. And that's kind of, if we're ending on anything, it's just remember that
or to find certain things and characteristics that help explain a certain thing, or like generalizations are always dangerous.
There are also things that you're looking for reasons outside of your control to blame why things are bad. And look, I get it. There's lots going on in the world right now that is not delightful.
It's a mess.
It is an absolute mess. But actually, height and things that are out of your control, they're out of your control. And I'm not saying that's going to stop you worrying about them, but there are other things you can focus on. Like, look at all these amazing people.
Beautiful people who also got different types of relationships and different types of heights, and who gives a flying fuck?
Who cares?
I genuinely could not care if Robyn was like 10 inches shorter or taller. They're still Robyn. And fundamentally it is I love this person to the extent of I thought I was straight until I met Robyn, and then ended up marrying them. And I loved them when they were like, you were still female identifying, and still developing your own understanding of your own gender. I love you now that you're non-binary. I love you when you're shorter, taller, heels. On, like whatever you're doing, like it's just.
I mean, part of me so I
thing.
love that you are taller than me, and sometimes that gives me wonderful things because I do love that feeling. But at the same time, if you were shorter, I'd also love that, and I would feel. I mean, to be honest though, if you were shorter than me, like I would still feel the same urge to protect you, and I feel it now. Like it would just mean that we'd cuddle in different ways. And please don't feel that. There is so much you can control about yourself. You can, and actually more so than there's so many people get really stuck in that fixed mindset, rather than fixed versus growth mindset. I know it's a bit of a woo, it's a bit of a buzzword, but they get stuck in this idea of this is who I am and this is my identity, and it can never. It absolutely can. Like, there are so many things about yourself that you can change. And yes, there are some things, especially we talk neurodivergence in this chat, there are going to be some things about your literal wiring. We're talking about bipolar, things that are going to be harder, but you can learn ways to manage that. You can also change so many other things about yourself.
I'm fairly sure you could have found somebody who was taller, shorter, slightly less batshit, like any number of other things. But
I don't want that person, I want you.
Yeah,
and you will find someone who wants you.
Battling to find the people who love you for who you are, and also the people who you love for them. And that's the thing, is like, as my darling sister, as 6'4", as a beautiful woman, I'm sure you are exactly as beautiful as anything.
Oh my God, I've said this before as well.
For different heights as well as a pain in the
I'm
ass.
so sorry, because I do find tall women, I do have a thing when I just see a tall woman, I'm like, I get that thing that I know people get when they see Gwendolyn Christie, which is just, I get the awestruck.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry, because I also, I do get it for trans women as well. Is that, and I know a lot of trans women are very sensitive about their height, and I'm so sorry. But I just see you as a tall woman, which it triggers within me this very strong thing of such power. And I mean it in the most complimentary way. But like, you will find someone who loves you for exactly who you are. And there might be things that you want to change about yourself. Things like, you can change your grooming, your hygiene, the clothes you wear. You can sort of get into hobbies. You can get stuff like that. Again, shout out for people who are struggling in that dating market in the world.
The right person is often an accident, is often the thing. Like,
Robyn
and I, meeting was accidental, falling in love was accidental, and the rest was a fuck of a lot of work.
Yeah.
And that's I think often a lot of people forget with relationships, is often I think dating and things like that, it's been a while, but I don't miss that dynamic. You want to date your best friends. You want to date the people who you trust, who you love, also, who you can rely on, who you can build out that relationship
it's
with.
Also not necessarily that it's going to be, there's this idea, relationships have to be work. Well, relationships, you do have to make that choice, and you do have to decide
it's bloody
for yourself.
Hard work, and it's the best work I've ever done in my life.
But you have to make the decision, but it's not that every single day is a battle. No. It's more just that
I think people often see work as being something which is inherently negative, which is, I think, the caveat that I'm going to put here.
And it's not. You have pushed me to become a better person in so many ways that I didn't even know I could. And some of that hasn't been deliberate. Some of it's I've had to grow to learn to cope with certain things. Like, I didn't know I could be the kind of person who would stand by somebody through psychiatric crisis. But at the same time, you also consciously challenge me. You challenge my beliefs. You challenge the way I think about things. You challenge. You certainly challenge my vocabulary. And you make me. You want a partner who challenges you and who does help you to become a better version of yourself. I'm not going to say the best, because like, who knows what that is, but you want to be with somebody who doesn't just sort of, yes, they accept you for who you are, but they know they can see more within you. I've always seen like, I know you've said before, I sort of saw within you someone you couldn't, but I've always seen her. And I just think you have been blossoming and thriving. And also, if anyone's worried about aging, by the way, the older we get, the simpler things have become for a lot of life. And like, and every year, you know, life brings a gift, another day with you.
I didn't think I could love you more than I did when we were younger, and then I did.
Love grows,
yeah.
But much like any plant, anything that grows, it does need to be watered and tended, and sometimes you need to shift things around.
It does also need sleep, so
need sleep.
We should probably.
Yes, Em plays cello.
Yes, I do.
You get a sub gifted? No idea. Welcome. We've had some gifted subs, so fantastic. But
you guys are all
thank
sweethearts,
you, everyone.
And I just want to say again a huge thank you, because we've decimated goals from today. Absolutely,
this has been incredible.
This community has been
you
absolutely
are so
phenomenal.
generous.
And like I say, we're so early days still, and I'm so excited to continue.
Also,
with you guys.
We are not streaming tomorrow. We do normally stream on Wednesdays, but we're not streaming tomorrow for a couple of reasons. One of them being solar eclipse. So if you are in the space to be able to see the solar eclipse, don't look at it with your eyes.
Yes.
But yeah, solar eclipse and Perseids, meteor shower and everything. But maybe we might get a surprise brownie stream on Thursday. Who knows? But I will be back on Friday talking binders. I mean, maybe you'll drop in.
Yeah, I might be able to drop in as well.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's been incredible. Thank you, everyone. You're the best community. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
Look
Sleep
after
well.
yourselves. Take care of yourselves.